of the Artesia Public Library. Bring any documents you would like to have destroyed. You can also bring magazines, newspapers, and junk mail. Call 575-748-3192. The Balloons and Tunes Festival is back. Hot air balloons, RC balloons, inflatable events, a beer garden, and live music at 5th and Texas Saturday night with the Artesia Arts Council. Free entry to the lift-offs Saturday and Sunday at 6 a.m. between 7th and 13th Street. $10 entry into the beer garden Saturday night. To have your event listed on the KSVP community calendar, email calendar@ksvpradio.com. Please let us know at least 1 week in advance.
This is KSVP and K229 AS Artesia.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Some conservative commentators are calling it Joe Biden Watergate. Republican Senator Chuck Grassley says Operation Arctic Frost was a massive Biden Justice Department spy operation surveilling the activities of a host of conservative organizations. Also, cell phone records were subpoenaed. Grassley says it was, his words, the vehicle by which FBI agents and DOJ prosecutors could improperly investigate the entire Republican political apparatus. President Trump returns home from Asia with pledges of $1 trillion worth of investments in the U.S., one of the high watermarks of his overseas tour.
President Donald Trump met face-to-face with the Chinese leader Xi Jinping in South Korea on the final day of Trump's Asia trip. The two leaders met at an air base in the city of Busan and spoke for 1 hour and 40 minutes. This was a chance for both sides to stabilize relations after some rocky months.
Correspondent Tian McLeod-G says Beijing agrees to buy American soybeans, loosen restrictions on rare earth exports, and deal with fentanyl. In return, Mr. Trump will reduce tariffs on Chinese goods. A federal appeals court strikes down a lower judge's attempt to rein in the Border Patrol in Chicago.
On Tuesday, U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis ordered U.S. Customs and Border Patrol Chief Patrol Agent Gregory Bavino to give her daily briefings on immigration operations being conducted in Chicago. An unprecedented bid to impose real-time oversight on the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. But before Bavino's first meeting with Ellis Wednesday, the 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals stepped in and blocked her order. The Department of Homeland Security called Ellis's order judicial overreach. The sweeps have resulted in more than 1,800 arrests. I'm Ben Thomas.
Dow futures are down 163 points. NASDAQ futures off 152. More on these stories, townhall.com.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
Every day I speak with people who are worried and are feeling a lot of pressure because of credit card debt. That's why I'm very proud of what we do at Trinity. We just help. We give people the support they need, along with a real plan to become debt-free. Credit card bills are consolidated into a single monthly payment that is much less than what they were paying before. Most of our members end up saving thousands and even may improve their credit scores by as much as 200 points. I know from the bottom of my heart that I'm making a difference in the lives of the people we help. It just makes me really happy.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
My name is Julie, and I'm a Trinity counselor. Call me and become debt-free for keeps.
1-800-990-6976.
Ukraine has detained a British man accused of spying for the Russians.
Ukraine's security services claimed the man had given Russian spies information about other international instructors and the location of training centers. They also said he was preparing to commit terrorist attacks by using an improvised explosive device and a pistol. The Briton was detained in Kiev and appeared in a court this week where he was detained without bail while a pre-trial investigation was conducted. Prosecutors said that if found guilty, the man could face up to 12 years in prison.
The BBC's James Landale. A massive police raid on a drug gang operating in low-income neighborhoods of Rio de Janeiro has left at least 119 people dead, drawing protests for excessive force and calls for the Rio de Janeiro governor to resign. Dozens of residents gathered in front of the state government headquarters shouting assassins, waving Brazilian flags. News and analysis, townhall.com. The Miami Heat says NBA guard Terry Rozier will not receive his salary while on leave due to his arrest on federal gambling charges.
Gamble and you may lose. Take part in an illegal gambling racket that's nationwide and you may lose big. Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier will not receive his salary while he's on leave due to his arrest on federal gambling charges. That's pending the resolution of the case. Nor will Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups. He's also been placed on leave by the league. Rozier is accused of conspiring to help associates win bets based on his performance in a game with the Charlotte Hornets. Bob Agnew reporting.
Starbucks halted a long sales slide in its fiscal fourth quarter as fall drinks and better service brought customers back into its stores. The Seattle-based coffee giant says global same-store sales rose 1% over last year in the July through September period. More on these stories, townhall.com.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hi, this is Holly from Nels Floral in Artesia, and we are so happy to be the new florist for the KSVIP. If you know someone who is having a special day or event, a birthday, anniversary, or something big is happening in their life, let's make them the KSVIP. On their day, we'll say something on the radio about your special person, and they will receive a beautiful flower from Nels Floral. So call KSVP at 575-746-2751 and nominate your KSVIP.
Good morning, Artesia. It is Thursday, October 30th. I'm your host, Scott Pettis. So glad to be back in studio with you. Hey, we got a great show today. This morning in the 7 o'clock hour, we'll be talking to the boys' soccer team. In the 8 o'clock hour, it's just me today. And so I'll have Jeff come in. We'll talk on a few things and stuff. And then 9 o'clock hour, we'll hear from the Ocotillo and Aaron Irving. Hey, let's jump into Scripture. I'm a little flustered this morning. I'm listening to the news and everything going on, and it brought me to Scripture. And you know, what does the Bible say about false witness? False witness. And there's two spots in Scripture I want to take you to. First, it's in Proverbs. Proverbs 6 is where I want to start. Proverbs 6. And I want to talk a little bit about the concept of false witness. And it's interesting. In Proverbs, it tells us this. There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are an abomination to him. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among brothers. Here we are, we're looking like, what does God hate, right? What is it that he hates? What is the thing that brings him to this point, right? These 7 things are an abomination to him. A lying tongue, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, there should be no doubt in your mind right now. And if you're struggling with this, call me. I'll talk to you through it. This is insane. This government shutdown right now is being sold. It is the biggest lie out there right now. The other side, the Democrat, I want to put it in this term, the Progressive Party. The Progressive Party has turned this entire thing into the most perpetuated lie I think I've seen in decades. The ongoing nonsense. I see people in social media, not even the elected officials, but other people that are buying into this lie. So we're coming up on November 1st, and there is and funding that within the SNAP program, within the food stamp program, is running out. It has run out, and they can't reallocate funds at this point to fund this. Okay, and the media, the complicit lying media, the lying representatives. Our representatives here from New Mexico, our senators from New Mexico that are in the federal government, they are complicit in this lie. They are the ones, they're part of a party that says, we will make everyone suffer until we get what we want. They're not following the rule of law. They're being heinously dishonest. They're sowing discord among brothers. They're breathing out lies. They're bringing false witness against the other side of the aisle. They're bringing false witness against the president. They're bringing false witness against everybody. So where's our hope in this? I think it lies in this, in Proverbs 19. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies will not escape. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies will perish. You're in danger. You're in danger if you're sitting in this place where you're knowingly and willingly lying about the situation in order to gain points, to gain power, to gain whatever. Our government, for a good chunk of it right now, just under half of it, is full of people who are willing to lie and make people suffer for their own political gain. It's time to stand up. It's time to no longer tolerate this nonsense. Everywhere you're at, you have to call out this lie. Now, of course, we can't stop people from getting on the internet and lying. We can't prevent that. But what we can do is call it out. Deal with it with your neighbor. Deal with it those around you, those who are closest to you. Now, I want to deal with the other side of this as well. We do have a number of people who are in need. And so as Christians, it's our duty to help where we can and how we can. The answer is not to send more money to the government and have the government care for those around us who are in need, but it's to do it here at the local level. There's a number of places that are doing food banks and everything else. I encourage you, go find out what they are. United Way, I know the Methodist Church does it. I know Trinity Temple does it. We may need to, in the coming weeks, to ramp up our charitable giving to those organizations so that they can help people out, so that they can help fund people's bills, that they can help fund or give people food and things of that nature. So I encourage you, be part of that solution. Quit being part of the problem. Do not allow yourself to be drugged into lies and believe them and to repeat them, to say them over and over, because you will be counted among those who are bearing false witness, sowing discord among the brethren. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, let's go ahead and check out that weather, and we'll come back with our calendars.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It should stay really nice all the way through the weekend. We have cool high pressure in place that'll keep us in the mid-70s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. Down to about 40 and clear for the overnight hours. Low to mid-70s for the high on Friday and plenty of sunshine. 60s and 70s and nice for the upcoming weekend and maybe a little bit breezy by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All right, Artesia. Hey, look at that weather out there. Today in Hobbs, high of 74, Roswell 74, Carlsbad 77, Artesia 75. It is currently 31 degrees outside. I was looking at the weather for tomorrow night because we got a ball game. And it's going to be down in the 60s for the ball game tomorrow night, and maybe it'll drop, if depending on how long it goes, it may even get into the 50s. So bundle up, be prepared for a nice, cool football game tomorrow night. Excited about that. All right, let's jump into these calendars. What's they having for meals over at Artesia Public Schools cafeteria today? For breakfast, you're having a breakfast muffin. And lunch, barbecue pork sandwich, riblet sandwich, potato salad, a pickle spear, and a green apple. At the senior meal site today, going to be having chili beans. And with tomato and cucumber salad, cornbread, and vanilla pudding. So we had at our dinner, our house last night. All right, today over at the Artesia Senior Center, tonight a dance, 7 to 9:30 is a dance with Tanya, and it'll be serving finger foods. Today, don't forget about painting at 9, line dancing at 9:30. 1 o'clock bridge, 1:30 Swedish weaving. 2 o'clock is a game of Texas Hold'em. And at 2:30, go do your stained glass. At the library today, from 10:30 to 11:30, we got toddler time. And then after school for the school-age kids, STEAM, from 4 to 5. And then from 12 to 1 today for the adults is Literary Lounge, Chaos at the Lazy Bones Bookshop. All right, what is up? All right, let's see what's going on at the school calendar today. Got to pull that up. Today's Thursday. We have FFA National FFA Convention, so our FFA kids are doing that. And then this evening, junior varsity volleyball at 5, varsity volleyball at 6 versus Portales. Yeso still has their book fair going on, and tonight is Hispanic Heritage Dia de los Muertos Family Night from 5:30 p.m. to 7. All right, birthdays. Who's got a birthday? Happy birthday to Ignacio Mariscal and Mary Sanchez. Have a wonderful, wonderful birthday.
I'm Karen Waldrop, and I've made Artesia my home for many years. I've raised my family here, I've worked here, and I've served the community. I'm Karen Waldrop, and I've made Artesia my home for many years. I've raised my family here, I've worked here, and I've served the community as a pharmacist to keep our families healthy and strong. I'm running for re-election for the Artesia Special Hospital District Ward 5 position because I care deeply about the quality of care for our community. We deserve quality health care right here at home. I'll bring a pharmacist's perspective, fiscal responsibility, and a commitment to keeping Artesia General focused on patient care. I'm Karen Waldrop, and I'd be honored to earn your vote for the Artesia Special Hospital Board, District 5.
Updates. Artesia Ford's mobile service makes light maintenance easy and convenient. Call Stephen Chavarria, your mobile service manager today, 575-746-3578 to schedule your visit. Limited services and distances apply, so don't wait. Get service on the go with Artesia Ford.
Hi Artesia, Cambria here from your local KFC and Taco Bell. And boy, do I have some amazing Tuesday deals for you. If you're grabbing a quick bite for yourself, you gotta try our country fried steak meal. This includes our delicious home-style country fried steak patty served with mashed potatoes and white gravy, creamy coleslaw, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just for $4.99. Looking to feed the whole fam? We got you covered. Try our $20 meal deal. This includes 8 pieces of all dark meat chicken, large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 buttermilk biscuits. As always, it's great to be a Bulldog, and we hope to see you soon at your local KFC and Taco Bell.
Looking to buy or sell a home in Artesia? Trust the team that knows this town best. Lois Oliver Real Estate. With years of local experience and a dedicated group of expert agents, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Whether you're finding the perfect place for your family or getting the best value when it's time to sell, Lois Oliver Real Estate is your hometown advantage. Visit LoisOliverRealEstate.com and let's get started today, because no one knows Artesia like we do, and we love it here.
Home health care is health care in the comfort of your own home when you cannot care for yourself. Home care services can help someone who has chronic health care issues, medical setbacks, or health impairments. J&J Home Care has the best skilled nurses and therapists for any of your special needs. So why pick a stranger to care for those you love when you can pick your beloved neighbor with over 30 years of experience? J&J Home Care is here for all your home care needs. Call us now at 575-746-2892 or visit us at jjhc.org.
Looking for power, performance, and a whole lot of game day style? Come to Major Supply, your one-stop shop for industrial goods and outdoor gear. With the brands you trust, Milwaukee, Rigid, and much more. Built for the job site and tough enough for any task. And when the work's done, gear up for game day with team apparel, sunglasses, and all the sporting equipment you need to play hard and cheer harder. Tools, threads, and everything in between. Stop by today at 1808 South 1st in Artesia or check them out online at MajorSupplyLLC.com.
Fall means Graves Farms and Gardens open and ready to help you stock up on fresh, locally grown produce, and they have all of your green chili needs. They got a great crop of green chili this year, from mild to extra hot. And you can even ship the green chili to your friends and family anywhere. And of course, get your very own green chili roasted right at Graves Farms. Their hours are from 8:30 to 5, Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sundays. Just 6 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway at 6265 Graves Road in Roswell. Follow the signs to Graves Farm and Garden, where fall time gets its flavor. All right, welcome back, Artesia. Let's jump into our pile of flyers and stuff and see what's going on around our community. Don't forget, early voting is still taking place all the way through Saturday. Saturday's your last day for early voting. Regular voting will happen next Tuesday, November 4th. You can vote at either clerk's office in Carlsbad or the clerk's sub-office here in Artesia. I saw a post last night. I think someone said there's only been like 725 people vote. So get out there and get your vote done and just have your voice heard. All right, what's up next? Hey, If you're interested, out at Sun Country Artesia, or Sun Country Homes and Gardens here in Artesia today, at 10 a.m., they're having a fall flower pumpkin class, teaching you to make a nice centerpiece with with a pumpkin and some flowers. And then on Saturday, November 1st, they're going to be having their succulent pumpkin class. So this is a real pumpkin, and the one today is an imitation pumpkin, fake pumpkin with flowers on it. And then the one on Saturday, you're actually going to be putting real succulents onto a real pumpkin, and then you can replant those later after the season's over and have your very own succulents. So if you want to head out there, you can register at suncountryartesia.com or just show up. They'd be happy if you just showed up. But all right, let's see. Artesia Arts Council presents the second annual Young Artists Expo in the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center, 310 West Main, all the way through October 31st. So if you want to go check out what these young artists have created, you've got till tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day to go check all that out. Also, don't forget, you've only got today and tomorrow to get your pumpkin decorated and turned into the Artesia Public Library. You're to paint or decorate your pumpkin to look like your favorite book character. And then judging will happen tomorrow. People's choice for youth, teen, adult, family, and staff winners. They'll be announced tomorrow. So if you want to turn in a pumpkin or go vote, get up there to our library. Tomorrow's the last day of Pastor Appreciation Month. Time set aside each year to honor and give thanks to those pastors who serve us and our communities in remarkable ways. So don't forget to go out there and let your pastors know how much you appreciate them. All right. Let's see. Hey, today at Lucky Duck Restaurant, beginning at 10 a.m., from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., there will be a prayer gathering, praying for our nation. And it's going to be an ongoing event every Thursday between now and July 4th of next year. Tonight at, tonight at the Ocotillo is Ghouls Night Out. It's a crafting class, clay ghost and trinket dish, $5 per craft. Tipsy Gypsy permanent jewelry and henna tattoos will be there as well. That's happening this evening, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m., and it is free entry. The Southeastern New Mexico College Student Government is holding their Hallopalooza tonight from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Southeastern New Mexico College in Carlsbad. So if you want to take your little ones up there to do a little trick-or-treating at the college, head on up there and check that out. All right. Blood drive today. Today at the University High School at 25 West Martin in Roswell from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you want to go donate blood, you can head up there and do that. Hey, only a couple more days left to head on over to the Historic Book Fair at the Historical Society for Southeastern New Mexico, located in Roswell. You can go up there from... Oh, let's see. It actually is on Saturday. I guess I misread that. It's not through Saturday. It is Saturday, November 1st from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can go up there and buy rare out-of-print titles and all kinds of books in the history of our area. Let's see. November 5th, which is next week, they'll be having autism awareness at the Artesia Public Schools. It's the first Wednesday of each month. They dedicate time specifically to collaborate with and support families and staff working with students and autism. You can sign up for 30-minute appointment slots. There's a QR code out there. Of course, it's hard to show you on the radio, but if you would like to get more information on that, reach out to Christy Hamilton, khamilton@bulldogs.org, or Shauna Braswell at sbraswell@bulldogs.org, and you can get signed up for those slots. All right, we're only a week away from the beginning of Balloons and Tunes Festival, November 7th through 9th. And it's going to be 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. at Eagle Draw Park. And they're going to have the festival. They're going to have tons of stuff out there, food, everything else, and some fun and games, inflatables out there for the kids, and big inflatable race, and everything else. It's going to be a lot of fun. Saturday, November 8th. And then that evening, downtown at 5th and Texas is Beers, Bands, and Brews. No, that's not right. Balloons, Bands, and Brews. And so the concert out there, some great food and great community time just hanging out. So go check all that out next weekend. Let's see. Friday, November 14th is Shred Day. The cart document destruction will be at the Public Library South Parking Lot from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. that day. So between now and then, get all of your old mail, all of your documents, everything you want destroyed, get it all bagged up and ready to go, newspapers, magazines, all of that, so you can take it down there Friday, November 14th and let them destroy it all for you. Protect your identity. Don't just, leave that stuff out and about and throw it in the trash and hope that nobody finds it. Let's see. If you would like more information on that, you can call Artesia Clean and Beautiful at 575-748-3192. I mentioned earlier, so SNAP benefits are set to expire at the beginning of the month. There will be food distribution next month. It's the second in Carlsbad and Artesia. It's the second Friday, and in Loving, it's the third Thursday of every month. So on November 14th, next month, there will be food distribution in Carlsbad at 9 a.m. at Epworth Methodist Church, and at 8 a.m. in Artesia at West Main Baptist Church. So get out there and help support that. Let's see. Next up, Monday, November 17th. The parent training opportunity at the Artesia Bulldog Administration and Training Center. They'll be discussing ADHD strategies with Matthew Rail, a social worker, and Christy Montoya, one of the counselors. Okay. Haven't read this in a while. I'll throw this in. If you're of grandparenting age, 55 years and older, the Southeastern New Mexico Community Action Corporation is looking for foster grandparents. If you would like to tutor or mentor children and supplement your income, join their team of volunteers. And you can, if you want more information on that, you can reach out to Delilah at 575-887-3939, or head on down to the Southeastern New Mexico Community Action Corporation at 1915 San Jose Boulevard in Carlsbad, or call 575-887-3939. Hey, a reminder, if you've got appointments at the hospital and you don't have a card, you don't have a way to get yourself there, you can actually call the Artesia General Hospital. Rides are available Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. All you got to do is call 575-736-8211, and they will hook you up with a ride. All right, let's see if there's anything out there else left than that. I think that's about all I've got on there. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and take our next commercial break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll have our first guest, the boys soccer team, and we'll hear how they're doing.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The roadway rehab project on New Mexico 31 and US 285 is going into partial suspension through November 20th, pending railroad and signal equipment operation. During the project suspension, the 2 northbound and 2 southbound lanes on 285 will be open. The existing New Mexico 31 intersection will continue to be operational in its original configuration off of US 285. There will be a new traffic pattern at the intersection of New Mexico 31 and Kelly Road. Motorists traveling US 285 will not see any delays to traffic flow. Be advised, though, the turnoff onto Carrasco Road is closed as part of a separate Eddy County project. This week, Artesia City Council reminding everyone of upcoming public hearings. November 10th, one item, a variance request involving 2 mobile homes. The other, though, that's the big one, to discuss the new housing development at the site of the old Armory building. If you have any opinions or thoughts on the new housing development, go to the November 10th Artesia City Council meeting. And the city's rec committee reports the first flag football season is coming to an end. 261 kids participated this year. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Cold and flu season is almost here, Artesia. Protect yourself and the people you love. At Lowell's Pharmacy, your health is our priority. Getting your flu shot now means peace of mind all season long. It's quick, easy, and covered by most insurance. Don't wait until it's too late. Stop by Lowell's Pharmacy today and roll up your sleeve. Stay healthy, Artesia, with a flu shot from your hometown pharmacy, Lowell's Pharmacy.
It's time for the Eddy County Sports Report. We've got some volleyball action tonight, and the Artesia Bulldogs are sitting at 2-1 in district, 16-4 overall. They'll be hosting Portales this evening at 6 o'clock. Portales 14-6 and 1-2. Artesia's last outing was a 3-0 sweep 2 days ago against Lovington. Got a lot of players in that game. Senior Jenna Whitmire led the way with 8 kills. Junior Avery Frederick had 6. Game time tonight, 6 o'clock. That's also game time for Carlsbad versus Roswell. Volleyball action tonight. Carlsbad 1-3 and in district, 5-15 overall. Roswell likewise 1-3 in district. And the Loving Falcons will be in action tonight. They got to hit the road. They'll be playing at Jowl, and the game time for that is 6 o'clock. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at KSVP Radio, AM 990.
ChatGPT has changed literally everything about the way we use our smartphones and computers. Hundreds of millions talk to it every day like it's a real person. And I knew that one day I'd be able to point my smartphone's camera into my refrigerator and ask what to make for dinner based only on what's on the shelves. The human race has never made a discovery this life-altering. But what is it costing us? I'm Kim Commando for SimpliSafe. Visit simplysafekim.com to save 50% on a new system with a professional monitoring plan. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. OpenAI, ChatGPT's owner, admits that the world is in uncharted waters. Who would have guessed about 3 years after it appears, more than 500,000 daily users show clear warning signs of mental distress, psychosis, and suicidal thoughts each time they use it. 1.2 million users a week ask Chat how to plan their own suicide. It's madness. The world is going mad for ChatGPT. Literally. Go ahead and sign up for my free newsletter now at getkim.com. There's a new way to keep your home safe. It's called SimpliSafe. It's completely different from what you think of when I say home security. You see, typical security systems don't prevent someone from entering your home. They only react when someone is already there, and that's too late. Real security stops a crime before it starts. That's why over 4 million Americans trust SimpliSafe to keep their homes and their families safe. The moment someone steps onto your property, AI security cameras identify the threat and alert SimpliSafe's professional monitoring agents. And they act immediately, confronting the criminal, and if they need to, trigger sirens and spotlights and dispatch the police. SimpliSafe is like having your own personal security guard. And with a 60-day money-back guarantee and no long-term contracts, SimpliSafe earns your business by keeping you and your family safe and satisfied every single day. Get 50% off your new SimpliSafe system right now by going to simplysafekim.com. That's simplysafekim.com. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Turpin & Son Mortuary of Artesia presents a listing of today's obituaries. We have no new obituaries, but we do have one reminder. For Mr. Richard Payne. Richard passed away on October 4th of this year. They'll be hosting a celebration of life this Sunday, November 2nd at 2 p.m. to be held at 9976 Hope Highway in Artesia. This listing has been presented as a service by Turpin & Son Mortuary of Artesia. We make it personal.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It should stay really nice all the way through the weekend. We have cool high pressure in place that'll keep us in the mid-70s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. Down to about 40 and clear for the overnight hours. Low to mid-70s for the high on Friday and plenty of sunshine. 60s and 70s and nice for the upcoming weekend and maybe a little bit breezy by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Hey, here in a little bit, we'll be joined by the crew from our boys' soccer team. They'll be coming in and letting us know what they've got going on. I do look and see that they are in the state championship tournament right now, and their next game is tomorrow here in town at 3 p.m. Let's see. Nope, sorry, that's Saturday, November 1st is at 3 p.m. here at the Artesia High School. And so we'll be supporting our boys as they push through the state championship. And all right, what else is going on around town right now? I think we pretty much got it all wrapped up. I just want to give you guys the encouragement. Hey, you've only got a couple more days for early voting, and then next week's the election. All right, November 4th. So if at all possible, find a way to get off, get time. I know they're in extended hours, so I know it goes into the evening. So after you get off work, run by the clerk's sub office or whatever, get out there and vote. We've got people running for school board, which is highly important. Who's going to be on our school board? We got people running for the hospital board, and then don't forget the mill levy. So get out there and vote for the mill levy, whichever side that you might be on. Just make sure that you're getting out there and having your voice heard, so that it's. And if it passes, it passes. If it loses again, it loses again, I guess. And then the people have spoken. So, and God will take care of all of it in the end. That's the beautiful and amazing part of it. Hey, in the next hour, I'll have Jeff coming in. We're going to be talking a little bit about what's going on around the country, around the state, and discussing a lot of the stuff that's happening because of the shutdown or in reaction to the shutdown and things of that nature. And so we want to make sure that we're covering all of that and letting people know what's going on. So, all right, well, I see our soccer team coming in, so I'm going to go to commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be talking to all of them and hear about their season.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The Federal Reserve on Wednesday cut its benchmark interest rate for the second time this year. The central bank reduced interest rates by 25 basis points, now in a range between 3.75% and 4%. The federal government shutdown continues without an end in sight. In just a few days, tens of millions of people are at risk of losing federal food and nutrition benefits as a result. This includes the nearly 42 million people who rely on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. Just months after completing its $8 billion merger with Skydance, Paramount has begun layoffs, set to impact about 2,000 employees. Used car retailer Carvana reported higher third-quarter profit and revenue on Wednesday, aided by strong demand for pre-owned vehicles. Demand for used vehicles has remained strong as consumers want older cars to avoid the hefty price tags on the new vehicles caused by tariffs. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
It is much easier to prevent business fraud than to clean up the damage after fraudulent activities. First American Bank is committed to introducing the newest technology and treasury management solutions. With First American Bank as your business partner, we can help you with our recommended fraud prevention products and best practices to proactively keep your business finances more secure. Talk to a banker today to find out more. First American Bank, your local first community bank since 1903. Member FDIC.
The Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center now has their very own website. Visit artesiamuseum.org to stay up to date on events and exhibits. Look through historical photos of Artesia, submit research requests, and more. For information, please call 575-748-7345. Stop by the Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center at 505 West Richardson Avenue or online at artesiamuseum.org. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 4. This ad paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Welcome to Answers with Ken Ham. The account of origins presented in the Genesis is a simple but factual presentation of actual events and provides reliable basis for man's worldview and a framework for scientific investigation into the question of the origin and history of life. Answers with Ken Ham is brought to you by Harvest Fellowship at 2307 West Main in Artesia. Call Pastor Ronnie Williams at 746-6195. Now, today's Answers with Ken Ham.
God's not to blame. This is Ken Ham, a missionary with a passion for sharing God's Word with the world. This week and next, we're looking at 10 reasons every Christian should be a creationist. And here's number 4. Why is there death and suffering in creation? Many people wonder and end up blaming God. But when we take God's Word as history, we can have a different perspective on trials. They're not God's fault. Death and suffering are consequences of sin. God's creation was very good, but mankind sinned and the punishment was death. We're to blame, not God. When we have the right perspective, we can become more like Christ as we go through trials because we can trust our good God who's working all things for good.
Sign up for daily email insights from Ken Ham when you go to AnswersRadio.com. That's AnswersRadio.com.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Hey, we're now joined in studio by members of our soccer team, Coach Jowers and Coach Delgado. Welcome back, and you guys got a new player with you today.
Yeah.
He said he's super stoked about being on the radio. He's got a lot to talk about. He's just going to take the show from here. That's all you got to do, man. Just run the whole thing. Mr. Sam Nielsen, welcome, brother.
Thank you.
Glad to have you in here. So before we jump into talking to Sam, coaches, you guys can fight over who's going to tell me. Tell me what's going on with the season, how things are looking since we last talked. And I know you guys got a game Saturday night.
Yes, sir.
Or Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon, yes, sir.
At 1 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. 3
Yes, sir.
o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock on the 1st. I keep messing that
No, I
up
know.
today, man.
I know. I already remember first.
So things are looking good for the state championship. Where you guys at record-wise?
We're sitting at 17-3 right now.
17-3.
And
Man, you
then
guys are crushing
we also went 6-0 in district.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah,
Man. Some
yeah.
district champs going into the state championship. Do they seed you guys like they do the football and all that, or is it?
That is a good question.
That is a good question. That is a good
We
question.
got a seed, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
It was the one we wanted.
We got the top 4 seed, so
Okay.
we got a bye at the first round.
Okay. Awesome. So you guys bye on that first round, which was yesterday, and then going into quarterfinals tomorrow up against Los Alamos. You're number 4, they're number 5. Okay.
Correct.
All right. So
the girls actually play tomorrow in Los Alamos.
So the girls play in Los Alamos tomorrow.
And then we play on Saturday.
We play on Saturday.
Here against Los Alamos.
Yeah, look at that.
I know it's confusing.
So
much Los Alamos Artesia in different days.
So both
but it
teams
is
will
the
play.
same times.
Yeah. And just it reminded me just now, I think we're going up against Los Alamos in football here in a couple
Are
weeks.
we?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Man.
So
it would be great if it was this weekend.
It's us versus Los Alamos right now. That's all that matters. Yeah. So awesome. Hey, all right. Well, let's jump into this young man. Let's talk a little bit about him. Sam Nielsen. Sam, tell us who your parents are. Tell us what grade you're in and how long you've been playing soccer.
I've been playing soccer for about since I was able to kick a ball, understand the game. So basically my whole life. My parents are Ginger Nielsen and Lars Nielsen, and right now I'm in my junior year.
Your junior year, all right,
Yes,
going
sir.
in. What position do you play?
Throughout the year I've been playing in multiple positions, but right now I'm at left wing, right wing.
Okay, awesome. Well, and you know what's cool, and I've noticed this every time you guys bring him, these kids have all been playing since, like little kids.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty amazing the continuity of the program that is going in this city. on soccer. And I think of course y'all's record and how things are turning out really attest to the quality of that program.
Yeah, and a good thing too is majority of all our players play multiple positions.
Yeah.
You know, we can just plug them in wherever we need to plug them in. They're ready to go and do the work.
Highly versatile team there.
Sam's played almost every position, I would believe.
Besides
in the varsity game, yeah.
Except for goalie.
Yes, yeah, maybe not goalie.
And center back. I've never played center back.
Okay.
Two positions.
Yeah. So Sam, you say you're a junior this year?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me who your favorite teacher is. That's always a question I like to ask kids. Let's see. Who's your favorite teacher and what's your favorite subject?
Favorite subject is definitely math.
All right.
I don't know about this year.
It's a mathematical mind, huh?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't have to be this year. Just your favorite teacher over at the high school. We're keeping score for all the teachers out there listening right now.
You could really make your elementary teachers proud and tell them your favorite elementary teacher.
I wasn't raised here.
No. That's why I was giving you a window to get out.
He's a transfer. Where'd you come from, Sam?
To Artesia, I came from El Paso.
Okay.
But before El Paso, I lived in Gallup, New Mexico.
Okay. All right. So you've moved around a bit.
Yeah.
So, are you your family border patrol, or are you just?
My dad is in the oil refinery right now.
Oh, okay. Oil and Fletsy. That's what we got here in town. So, awesome. Well, so how long you been living here in Artesia?
4 years, almost 5.
4 years. So most of your career's been here on the Artesia teams, and
Yes,
you
sir.
excited for Saturday's game?
I am seriously excited.
Yeah. So I was trying to think what else is so what's your plans after school? So like, is soccer something you plan on pursuing, as into college and everything else, or what's your plans?
After high school, I would like to go on a 2-year mission for my church. I'm LDS.
Okay.
And after that, yes, I would like to go to college.
Yeah. Do they let you pick where you go on mission, or do they tell you?
No, they don't.
No,
But right now, I have to complete 4 years of seminary, which we start in 9th grade, just to go with high school. And that helps, expand the variety of where you can go.
Okay.
Especially foreign countries.
Okay, awesome, yeah. So, well, and then after that, on to college, everything. So, awesome.
Yes, sir.
So, you've been playing soccer most of your life, obviously. What's your favorite thing about the sport? Like, what is it that really draws you and keeps you in the sport?
Everything. I love the competitiveness.
Yeah.
I love I love the people especially, and the coaches, and they just make it an amazing time.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think I hear that, coaches, from a lot of your young men is that cohesion that you guys have built on this team. The guys all seem to be really into it together, and it's like a little family you guys have got going. How is it you guys have gone about trying to build that?
That's a good question. Because it hasn't always been that way.
Yeah.
Sam can attest to that. I would say that it's gotten better progressively.
Yeah.
And so it's something you got to keep working at, just like a regular family.
Yeah.
Because you're not always going to get along, and they're not always going to see eye to eye, and they're not all just best buds outside of the soccer field.
Okay.
But I think that this year, and specifically this year, I think everybody's kind of understood that, you know what, we got to be a family on the field, in the locker room, and whenever we're a part of this program and here during the season versus, going at each other when and whenever. And
right.
So, but like I said, it's like a regular family. You know,
you're gonna have your fights and your
Yeah.
Especially with a bunch of young men. There's a lot of testosterone flowing there.
Yeah, and you get to this part of the season where it becomes hard for everybody because we've been going since June essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have a long season. Yeah.
Well, the season started in August, but we start training in June. So.
Yeah. And so we'll go in. So quarterfinals are this Saturday, semifinals mid next week, and then championship is the following week. So you guys got one more week, and then what happens after that? You guys
After we win the state championship?
Yeah, there you go.
Come home and celebrate.
Come home
I'll
and
go to
celebrate.
Disneyland.
Yeah, there you go. And then, do you play any other sports, Sam? Are you going on to anything else after soccer? Or?
No, sir. Just working.
No, yeah, just get back to work, huh?
Yes, sir.
So you're a one sport guy. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
That's the level of concentration and dedication there. So, but then, do you guys have an off season training program or anything for them the next semester, or do you guys?
No, we'll go up until Christmas, and then they'll get released to their next sport. Which I would say that the larger majority of the team is gonna go at least to some. What? You're not doing track?
I'm not.
Oh, news to me.
There you go.
But most people will either go on to track, tennis, golf, something in the fall. There's a handful of guys that are doing basketball this year.
Yeah.
It's hard to do 3 sports.
It is.
And so, but we encourage them to do at least 2, and I'm sure that there's going to be a few other coaches in our locker room that are pressing him to do track.
Yeah.
Even though he says no.
Oh, are you a runner, Sam?
He's very quick.
He's very fast.
Last year, I went to state, and we did better than we thought we would in my event.
Which is
the 4x8.
4x8, okay.
You're even talking about it in present tense.
Yeah. Awesome. So, go ahead. Did you have more about that? So you guys went to state. Where did you guys place?
We got 5th in our event, but overall we got 2nd at state last year.
Awesome. So you guys are about to wrap up your season. You'll have. You mentioned banquet earlier. You said someone even struggles speaking it. So when's you guys got date set for your banquet yet?
I hope you remember, because I don't, because I'm just focusing on Saturday.
I noticed that about you. Like every time I talk to you, it's like 2 to 3 days ahead. That's all I'm thinking
just
about.
the next game.
The next game, whatever it is, everything beyond that is details for you. Like figure it out then. Yeah.
Yeah. 18th sounds right.
Yes, it is. I just checked my calendar.
See, it was in my head somewhere.
It's November 18th.
November 18th,
Yes.
You guys will be holding your banquet and lifting up that state championship trophy. So that'll be awesome. I really wish you guys good luck. So Sam, anyone you want to say hi to?
I'm good.
You're good. Hey, any brothers or sisters coming up after you that are? Or where were you at? Like, you have any siblings?
No, I'm the youngest of 3 sisters.
Oh, you're the. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy. Hold in there. You got it.
They're all graduated, so it's not too bad.
So you're an only child now. Yeah, you get to play the only child game. So that's awesome. All right, coaches, we appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for coming in. Anything else you guys want to share? Anything else you guys want to tell them about?
Coach Delgado could fact check me this, because he does the goalkeepers on the girls' side, but I believe they're doing a send-off today at 4.
Okay.
So the bus is going to go
down 13. Yes.
Okay, so their game's at Los Alamos.
Correct. So they'll leave today at 4 and then spend the night up there and then play tomorrow.
Yeah, and I know all that's going to be on KSVP TV for anybody who wants to watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The one from Los Alamos?
I do believe so. I'll
that's
double
cool.
check. I'll double check with him.
Look.
No, sorry, that was yours.
No.
Yours. Their game Saturday will be on KSVP TV.
I'm going to go to the game, so I'll try to do as much updating as I can.
Yeah, you're going to be there at the game.
But well, my daughter's playing, so I'm going to go watch her play.
Okay. You're going to the game in Los Alamos, and then you turn around and come back here and.
I'm going to wake up, go on Friday, and then come back and try to be back as soon as possible.
Yeah, awesome. So you got a lot of driving ahead of you the next couple of days, and everything else. So. Anything else that you guys?
I always just say, everybody come out on Saturday and just support us.
Yeah, man.
Pack the stands and just get rowdy and get loud.
Yeah, the last couple games the football teams come. And you were over there during the football, like when the football guys were over there and everything. It's a different
atmosphere when they come. It's just loud and then like the players, they get into it. They're like, oh man, this is good. We appreciate Coach Moffin and letting the boys come out and support us.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So the
hopefully it becomes a thing. Because it definitely, like when we played, who did we play before? Portales. Yeah.
Portales.
When we played Portales last time, or this last game that we played at home, The first half was,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was
It's
it was
intense.
different, wasn't it? I mean, it brings the energy up. It helps the boys.
Yeah.
So
basically, you guys got your own. You got a student section full of the football players who
Yeah.
you can get a bit loud and rowdy as they are.
right. And then when the girls played last, it was all of our soccer guys and the football players, so it was even louder.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is awesome. I love that inner sport, support of each other, and everything else. You guys, going out there and supporting each other.
Yeah, I think volleyball plays tonight.
Yeah, volleyball plays tonight.
Yeah, volleyball does play tonight. JV, I think, is at 5, and varsity is at 6.
Yeah.
And so those will be good games. So you guys, you gonna go out there and cheer them on, Sam?
Probably not.
I'll put you on the spot, man. Like, no.
Until we, okay, that's a good excuse. I was like, until we say, hey, boys, we're going to the volleyball game.
Yeah. No, to be honest, I never saw that when we were, like a concerted effort across those teams when we were young, and that's a pretty cool idea. Is each team supporting each other because they need that support. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soccer's never been, it was never anything in my life. It wasn't here when we were kids, so it was nothing I ever got into. But, I guess it would be, helpful for people out there being loud and rowdy and getting everybody pumped up.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So everybody, Saturday, 3 p.m. out at the soccer fields. Go out and support our boys. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
God bless.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump wrapped up his Asia trip with a much-anticipated meeting with Chinese President Xi in South Korea.
President Xi is a great leader of a great country, and I think we're going to have a fantastic relationship for a long period of time, and it's an honor to have you with us. Thank you very much.
Xi heard through a translator.
In the face of winds, waves, and challenges, you and I, at the helm of China-U.S. relations, should stay the right course and ensure the steady sailing forward of the giant ship of China-U.S. relations.
President Trump has agreed to reduce tariffs on China. Beijing agrees to allow the export of rare earth minerals, start buying American soybeans, and deal with fentanyl production. Looking at what some other countries, including adversaries, are doing, President Trump has ordered the Pentagon to resume nuclear weapons testing. Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Republican Chuck Grassley leading an investigation into Operation Arctic Frost. He says it was a massive Biden Justice Department spy operation surveilling the activities of a host of conservative organizations. Phone records were subpoenaed from Verizon.
That includes a hard line for Senator Cruz's office and a staffer cell phone for former Senator Loeffler. AT&T informed me they challenged the legal basis for Jack Smith's efforts, and Smith backed down.
Some conservative commentators say the alleged wrongdoing exceeds by far that of Watergate. With the arrests of 5 more people, a total of 7 now in custody in connection with the crown jewel heist at the Louvre in Paris. Gems have not been recovered. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is up 212 points, the Nasdaq 120 points lower. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-762-6565. That's 800-762-6565.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
4 Bulgarians are on trial in France for allegedly imprinting red, bloody hands on a Paris memorial honoring those who rescued Jews from the Nazis during World War II.
When George Filipov and others were arrested for vandalizing a Paris memorial last year, he insisted it was just a drunken act of vandalism. But then why did 3 of them immediately flee to Bulgaria? It followed other provocative acts of vandalism, including one where pigs' heads were dumped in front of mosques. Reports suggest the men are all linked to Russia's spy agency, the FSB. France has been a particularly staunch supporter of Ukraine. This trial may uncover whether the Kremlin wants to provoke division in France by way of revenge.
The BBC's Paul Moss. The U.S. will share closely held technology to allow South Korea to build a nuclear-powered submarine. President Trump made the announcement after meeting with the country's president. News and analysis, townhall.com. The Texas Education Agency is taking over the 70,000-student Fort Worth Independent School District.
That's because one 6th grade campus repeatedly failed to meet state academic standards. That campus, which drew refugee and immigrant students, was closed down after the 23-24 school year. The state will appoint new school board members and choose a superintendent. Many believe the legislature's education funding decisions have played an outsized role in districts' academic struggles. Budget deficits have districts increasing class sizes and shutting down many programs. Jason Walker reporting.
In long-awaited job cuts, just months after completing its $8 billion merger with Skydance, Paramount has begun layoffs set to impact roughly 2,000 employees, job reductions amounting to about 10% of the company's total workforce. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hi, this is Holly from Nels Floral in Artesia, and we are so happy to be the new florist for the KSVIP. If you know someone who is having a special date or event, a birthday, anniversary, or something big is happening in their life, let's make them the KSVIP. On their day, we'll say something on the radio about your special person, and they will receive a beautiful flower from Nels Floral. So call KSVP at 575-746-2751 and nominate your KSVIP.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. It is Thursday, October 30th. I'm your host, Scott Pettis. We're getting into our second hour. Last hour, we got to talk to our soccer team, and man, they're doing good. A lot of our teams are. Jeff's coming in. We're gonna for the next hour. It's the Mutt and Jeff show. Wait a minute, that makes me Mutt.
Oh yeah.
All right. A lot of our sports teams are doing really well this year.
Yeah.
I mean, these kids are killing it. We've got some pretty impressive programs out there, some great coaches. So I think that's the most I've got Coach Jowers to talk on the air.
He was, listen to the game he helped call on Tuesday night, the girls' game.
Oh, really?
He spoke a lot.
Did he? Good. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Being a soccer coach, he's probably the most qualified to call.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When we were all joking because there was Aaron and Russ and Philip were calling the game.
Yeah.
And kind of joking with not knowing, or, Philip would kind of say things and understanding what it was. I can't, just think of it as it's like hockey on grass.
Yeah.
And Aaron said, See, that did help. When Jeff said that a couple years ago, offsides is icing. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, it's funny because, it's the most popular sport in all the world.
Yeah.
Every country I've ever been around, all over the world, because all you need is a ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, and for goals, I've seen them put two sticks in the ground on either end. I mean, it doesn't matter that you can play soccer just about anywhere. Very little equipment, no cost.
In Ethiopia, that's some mission work. There are soccer balls with Bible verses on them.
Oh yeah.
And because you can literally just go throw a ball in an open field and
yeah, in the middle of
in
Iraq, that was one of the things that, we had. Imagine a box like 3 foot wide, and like 4 foot tall. We'd stick them in the back of our trucks.
Yeah.
And they'd just be full of soccer balls. And we drive through the town just tossing out soccer balls. Winning those hearts and minds.
I thought I was an amazing soccer player as a kid.
Yeah.
I thought our team was the greatest, and we did well. But I thought we could beat anyone in the world. And then I was in Romania.
Yeah. 6-year-olds are like running circles around you.
There was a 8-year-old kid at the oldest.
Yeah.
Who had total ball control, sprinting with it, and I'm like, okay, never mind.
They play from the moment they can walk. It's pretty amazing to watch.
Like the jokes about here of, what do you guys do? Just put, as soon as a baby's born, put a football in their hand?
Exactly.
Well, everywhere else in the world, it's a soccer ball.
Well, to them, it's a football.
Yeah. Yeah, they got the name
It is more
wrong.
aptly named, but...
American football.
Oh, yeah, American football.
That's what we went to England and taught American football. And it was so much more fun playing that than rugby. I'm good with never playing rugby or Australian rules football ever again.
Yeah. I enjoyed watching when we were in Australia, watching them play Australian football.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting sport, far different than anything else I've seen. Probably the most interesting sport was when I was in India and going to cricket games.
Oh yeah.
Now you want to talk? They are serious about some cricket there. That stuff is intense.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea what they were doing out there.
Oh,
I made no sense. I watched an entire game. Never could make sense of what they were doing.
If I ever played cricket, you would have to spell my name with a G. It would have to be Joffrey.
Yeah, Joffrey.
Joffrey. The other one I want to watch is I think it's like Cuban, or it's in Florida with the curved.
Oh yeah,
where you throw the.
Yeah, I've seen that game. I don't know what the name of that game's called, but yeah.
J or something.
But that ball goes like fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I remember when I was at Texas Tech, there was a big lacrosse team. So I don't know if that's still a big thing at the college up there or not. But lacrosse was a pretty interesting sport to watch as well. So a lot of cool stuff out there, But of course we're football people.
Yeah. Which I like because that's what I understand the most.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But also going through, high school, doing the video and scouting stuff, I look at football a little differently than a lot of people do.
Yeah, mixed learning, because I, of course, not a real sports guy, and so I didn't really teach my kids, sports all that well. Golf's my thing.
Right.
I like golf. But, Mick's learned a lot about football.
Oh, yeah.
Being up there and to run the scoreboard on there and stuff, and watching it, so he's learning it quite a bit. So.
And that is, I found, one of the most difficult part is, what you've got the camera, teaching the camera, we've got that, but it's understanding the sport that they're filming.
Yeah, he was funny the other night. He comes out after the game, talking about all the bad calls. So I know what you guys are doing. He's like, did you see that call? I'm like, yeah, we saw it. That was ridiculous.
See, because we're on the film deck, so we can say those things without it going on air.
Okay. So my fact checker, the barking guy, it's called Jai-alai.
Jai-alai. Okay.
Jai-alai is the name of that
barking
sport.
guy.
Thank you. Or highlight. So it's pronounced highlight.
Yeah.
Highlight. Spelled with a J.
I knew there was something with it, so I was like, J-Bart, I don't know. Jamiroquai, what is that?
All right, so I'm going to start calling you guys the Peanut Gallery because now I'm getting more comments. I'm being told by the Methodists that curling is the best sport.
Oh, you know?
I do love me some curling during the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Curling
The
and then
sweeper.
Curling and the biathlon, where they cross country ski and shoot.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great sport.
Right? Like, can
man.
we work in pairs?
Yeah.
Someone else can do the cross-country skiing and I'll just
shoot. Exactly. Oh, man. All right, so just real quick recap before we go to break, and then we'll come back with some world event type stuff. But so we've got soccer. Let me pull that calendar back up. We've got volleyball tonight. Varsity volleyball at 6 will be on air.
KSVPTV.com.
KSVPTV.com. And then, of course, football tomorrow night against Mayfield at 7 p.m. at the Bulldog Bowl.
Broadcast starts at 6:30.
The broadcast starts at 6:30 on KSVPTV.com and here on KSVP on the radio.
Yep.
There's a diving meet tomorrow. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Our AHS swim team is going to be participating in a diving contest at Monahan's tomorrow at 3:30. So.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, the soccer game Saturday at 3.
Yes.
Swim meet on Saturday at 11, and then our cross country team will be at Lovington 9 a.m. Saturday as well. We really got to get that whole thing with the drones going. Like, we need to get them to let us do drones for cross country. That'd be really cool.
Well, we have to get the NMAA to allow it, which would mean we have to get them to not do what the people who have paid for all the video rights.
Yeah.
Because they don't want.
They don't
to
want
compete.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a cutthroat business. You know, all that big money we're making off of high school sports.
Right. That's one of my friends. They live in Prosper.
Yeah.
And he was on the video, the journalism type.
Yeah.
They have a ESPN Sports Center style desk in an end zone.
Oh, really?
Using drones.
For high school football?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's Prosper. You know, they've got a good.
Yeah. Fly by wire.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's awesome, and Cade was talking about it, and ends up that the head of their media program at his high school is also the head of the radio, TV, and film program at University of North Texas. So I was like, okay, Cade, if this is something you want to do, you have a relationship with one of the best individuals to go into broadcasting.
Is fly-by-wire outlawed by NMAA as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
All that stuff.
All of it. Oh, man. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would.
You know where that came from, right?
Where?
You know who invented the fly-by-wire camera system, right? XFL. Vince McMahon. That was the first time that had ever been used, is when they started the XFL, and McMahon and their team of people, they created the fly-by-wire system, and then, like, the next year it's in every NFL stadium.
That is pretty cool. So the XFL did
do
something.
Oh, man, you want to talk about a failed sport right there. Yeah, that did not go over well at all.
It was pretty funny for a little while, though.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that was some cutthroat Iron Man football there for a while, but it did not. Well, and there's now, I guess out of it, I don't know if it came out of it, but stadium football, you know, where it's like a smaller field and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff still exists too. But all right, well, let's go ahead and
like the what is it? The hike it, spike it type. In Roswell, was it like the 5-on-5?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like how that really is big. I mean, that one, when it was the biggest championship money, there are people that's their job, is playing in those football games.
Yeah.
That's all they do, and they travel around. And
but even watching, like, the smaller schools and stuff. Was it the 7-man?
Yeah.
7-man football?
Or 8-man.
Or whichever one it is, 7 or 8 man. But they, a lot of those teams, man, they're playing both sides.
Oh yeah.
And those kids, that's some intense football right there. So they do really good. All right, let's go ahead and check in on the weather and a quick commercial break, and right after that we'll be back and we'll talk about what's going on with the nation and our state.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It should stay really nice all the way through the weekend. We have cool high pressure in place that'll keep us in the mid-70s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. Down to about 40 and clear for the overnight hours. Low to mid-70s for the high on Friday and plenty of sunshine. 60s and 70s and nice for the upcoming weekend and maybe a little bit breezy by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
There's nothing more magical than 80,000 cubic feet of hot air flying overhead. Join us in Artesia, New Mexico for the 42nd annual Balloons and Tunes Festival, November 7th through the 9th. Friday kicks off with fun flights from local schools. Then Saturday and Sunday mornings, watch the skies fill with color as hot air balloons launch at dawn from Eagle Draw Park. Stick around for inflatable costume races, bounce houses, and even remote control balloons. Food and coffee trucks will keep you fueled for the fun. Saturday night, 5th and Texas comes alive at the Artesia Arts Council's Balloons, Bands, and Brews. With food trucks, local New Mexico brews, live music, and the Artesia High School Marching Band performing alongside balloon pilots in a fiery concert you won't forget. Admission is free, with only $10 entry into the beer garden. Plan your weekend getaway to Artesia, November 7th through the 9th for the Balloons and Tunes Festival. For more information, give us a call at 575-746-2744 or visit artesiachamber.com. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Is your old car really scary? Does it look dreadful or smell awful? Don't be afraid. Roswell Ford will take in any trade. Roswell Ford needs your trade, so now is the perfect time to upgrade from your old vehicle and drive home a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. You'll be shocked at how much we'll pay for your old car, truck, or SUV toward the purchase of a new Ford. And don't be frightened by how much you owe on your old car. Roswell Ford will take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, so you can upgrade to a new Ford and get massive savings. 0% financing and make no payments till 2026. Worried your credit will make car buying scary? We've partnered with even more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Don't miss the Halloween party specials this week at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia. Select gallons of Blue Ribbon Classics ice cream are $4.98 each, and select bags of Malto-Meal breakfast cereals are $3.98 each. In produce, 10-pound bags of russet potatoes are $2.99 each, and extra large red seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound. In the meat department, family packs of choice beef chuck roasts are $5.99 a pound, and Boston butt pork roasts are $1.97 a pound. These are just some of the Halloween party specials this week at Fenn's Country Market in Artesia.
Incredible in Artesia is open for business, ready to give you the hometown quality and customer service you know and love. Georgia and her team specialize in in-house design for quality custom business cards at a competitive price. From scanning to desktop publishing, if you need it, they can do it. On Main Street across from the Derek Floor statue in downtown Artesia. For all your printing needs, think Incredible.
When was the last time a bank asked you about your needs or your goals? When you're a member of Artesia Credit Union, you get to use your money for something more important than fees and finance charges. You get to use your money for you. Membership is open to anyone who calls New Mexico home. Become a member of Artesia Credit Union today and see what your partners can do for you. North 5th Street in Artesia or online at artesiacu.org. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA.
Hungry for flavor? Since 1965, La Fonda in Artesia has been serving up some of the most inventive New Mexican dishes around. From rich, slow-cooked red and green chili to sizzling carne avocada, every bite is tradition with a twist.
That chicken enchilada plate, so spicy, so comforting, just what I needed.
Come visit us at 210 West Main in Artesia or call 575-746-9377. We're open Monday through Friday from 11 till 2 and 4:30 to 8. Closed on weekends. Treat yourself to something local. La Fonda, where flavor feels like home.
All right, Artesia, welcome back. Hey, so I'm gonna give Jeff a second to get in here, but I don't know, man. I don't know about you guys. I'm getting fatigue. I'm getting, you don't want to call it politician fatigue, Democrat fatigue. I don't know how to put this, but at this point, you know, most of our lives growing up, I've always had. And here comes Jeff. I want to have him chime in on this. Most of our lives growing up, I had a very healthy understanding of the fact that both sides of the aisle would give selective truth, you know, hide little facts here and there, and I still believe that on the Republican side they're going to, I don't like the word twist necessarily, but they're going to skew the story in their own favor.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody does that, right? And I get that. But we've now come to a point where, what's that stupid phrase that people use? Gaslighting. I mean, that's the point where we're at. I mean, the media and the Democrat side are so brazen and so bold in their lying at this point. It's like they're trying to gaslight the public.
Yeah.
And people are falling for it, man. I don't get it. So you got our governor, and I had a post pulled up, and I'm sure it'll go away because X kept it there. Lots of times when you like close out X or you know go to another app and it, come back and it loses whatever story you're. So Representative Teresa Lager Fernandez.
Mm-hmm.
So she's doing this video with Hakeem Jeffries, and going on about how New Mexico is so wonderful because our governor's going to backstop the loss of SNAP benefits, and we're hey, you know what? New Mexico's got the money. We got a big pile of money that they're holding on to. But they're like, oh yeah, we're going to backstop the SNAP benefits and everything for everybody, you know, while the shutdown's going because Republicans are so horrible. They're trying to starve people to death.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So Tom Thune was on. I saw a clip from him this morning where he was on the floor, and he's calling out the New Mexico senator, and I don't remember which one it was, but they're like, you guys are. He's basically saying you're a bunch of liars. He goes, we've voted 13 times to open this government back up.
Yeah.
It's you. You're the cowards. They are holding the government hostage over nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
What is the nonsense? They didn't like the big beautiful bill, and they lost on the big beautiful bill. So they're trying to reverse a lot of the cuts that were made to the government earlier in the year, and they're trying to bring all this stuff back. And they're going, well, what about the subsidies for health care? Subsidies for health care. Well, if you're paying attention, those subsidies for health care were put in during the COVID years because of the crisis that was going on during then. And it was the Democrats who set them to expire this year.
Right. Yeah. I guess they believe they would continue to be in power and could just keep on keeping on.
No, well, it's a setup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if they had been in power, They look magnanimous because they continue to help people out because they got the vote to keep it going. And if they're not, they knew it'd be a weapon to go, look at how horrible the Republicans are because they won't keep it going.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. They knew what they were doing. It's not, and all of it's a game. They're playing with your lives, people. Why do people continue to vote for them? Why do you continue to put these people into power that look at you and your life and your livelihood and your children and your everything as pawns for their political power?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and falling for the same thing of, oh well, this is what my parents were told, this is what my grandparents were told, this is what they told me, so this is the way. Yeah. But they're not really looking at the reality of today's situation versus the reality that their great-grandparents were living in.
Yeah.
Everything is...
I pray and hope that there's what I think I see coming is coming, and it's, a reckoning, a political great awakening, if you will. The conservatives don't have everything perfectly right. There's a ton of improvement.
Oh, yeah.
But we can't even focus on improving what's wrong in the conservative Republican Party because we're still fighting against this progressive ideology that has taken our country captive.
Right.
So we can't fine tune the details because we're up against, I'll say it is evil itself. And if we don't stop it, it will destroy us.
Yeah.
I was so the short one from Santa Fe was out there yesterday going on about how wonderful she is and how she's going to save New Mexico, on and on and on. And I just cannot even grasp why people believe it. New Mexico made another top 10 or top number one in the nation list again this week.
Uh-oh.
We are the number one nation, or number one state in the nation on government assistance.
Oh yeah.
40% of the state is on some form of government subsistence. If that's why, it makes no sense. We have industry beyond belief.
Yeah.
If they would just pull back regulation, if they would take off the brakes, they would let the industry go. There's no reason for that many people to be on subsistence in this state.
And what percentage of New Mexico population is employed by either the federal or state government?
Somebody brought that up. It wasn't a huge, it was like 4%.
Oh, okay.
But still, that pushes from 40% to up to almost 45% that is relying upon government for their living. Well, I wish I'd have looked this quote up. It's someone in the past that said, once 51% realize that they can vote themselves largesse from the government, you'll never undo that system. And we're right on that threshold.
Yeah. I think like Jefferson has said something about that.
It might have been, yeah.
Voltaire. It's been, that's the reality that most people would come to understand. Once you can vote yourself more money
out of other people's pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. And of course I look at those who work for the government, wholly different.
Yeah.
Right? If that's your career and that's what you go into, you're doing this. You're looking at the U.S. government as an employer.
Right.
You're trading your services, your skills, your talents, for compensation. Fair compensation. All right, I believe that's a correct thing. Now, if you're a career politician, I don't think of you in the same way.
Correct.
but if you're working for the government,
well, and wasn't that said at the beginning or close to the beginning of our nation that once it becomes a career, it's that they never meant for politicians to just be a politician.
Yeah.
It was like our mayor.
Yeah. Own a business, be making, and then go in and serve.
Yeah.
Usually at detriment to yourself, because you're going to lose money from Yeah, and so no, I think it's just absolutely ridiculous at this point to look at all of this and not, and for people, how do you get people to wake up? How do you get them to see that they're being duped?
Mm-hmm.
That's all there is to it. I can look at my party and I can see the problems in it, and I want to deal with the problems in it. But the problem is I need them and what power they can yield to stop the evil that's coming at us first. Then I'll fix them.
Right.
Right? It's if I wait for a perfect candidate, if I wait for a perfect system, if I wait for a perfect anything, that's only coming once in history, and it's all over again.
Yeah.
So.
We're not worrying about the.
Yeah, but I already know that's one. I'm worried about. I'm not even worried. The worried's not the right word. I'm concerned and focusing on what is here in front of me.
Yeah.
And what I need to deal with right here and right now. And I think it comes down to. I don't know. One I think is education. I think that's a key point. But two is actual buy-in. Getting people to buy in. I think you have those of us that are well set in our values over here on one side, those that are setting their values on the other side, but the vast majority kind of sits in the middle and goes, I'm not even bothering with this. They're all a bunch of crazies anyway, and I don't want to participate in this. I just think that's a bad way to look at it. You do have to get out there. You have to participate. You have to vote. You have to speak into our representatives' lives. You have to be in communication with them. You have to have your voice heard. And when that happens, that's when change comes about.
Yeah.
Change is not going to come about by sitting back and complaining and doing nothing.
Right.
And so we got to quit believing the lies, quit following after the lies, and stop buying into. Everybody's like, well, we need. So like on the left right now, even Barack Obama just a couple days ago was going on about how we need to utilize government to stop all the lies in the media. Like, well, it's your side that's lying.
Yeah.
You
own the media.
But so that tells me right there, what you want to do is just stop any dissenting voices against your position.
Right.
No, we stop the lies when we quit believing them. Quit voting for the liars, and people will quit lying to you.
Yeah.
That's how we stop it. All right, quick commercial break. We'll come back and we'll continue this conversation.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The roadway rehab project on New Mexico 31 and US 285 is going into partial suspension through November 20th, pending railroad and signal equipment operation. During the project suspension, the 2 northbound and 2 southbound lanes on 285 will be open. The existing New Mexico 31 intersection will continue to be operational in its original configuration off of US 285. There will be a new traffic pattern at the intersection of New Mexico 31 and Kelly Road. Motorists traveling US 285 will not see any delays to traffic flow. Be advised, though, the turnoff onto Carrasco Road is closed as part of a separate Eddy County project. This week, Artesia City Council reminding everyone of upcoming public hearings. November 10th, one item, a variance request involving 2 mobile homes. The other, though, that's the big one, to discuss the new housing development at the site of the old Armory building. If you have any opinions or thoughts on the new housing development, go to the November 10th Artesia City Council meeting. And the city's rec committee reports the first flag football season is coming to an end. 261 kids participated this year. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. The Federal Reserve cut interest rates again, but the S&P and Dow gave up gains and closed lower because Jerome Powell said another rate cut in December is far from certain because they're still concerned about inflation rising again and having to raise rates again. The most immediate impact of these rate cuts is that interest rates on credit cards and car loans will probably come down. The impact on mortgage rates is usually slower. A lot of profit reports came in after the closing bell. Alphabet's revenue rose to more than $100 billion a quarter for the first time, and Google's search revenues rose, even though ChatGPT may be reducing web searches. Facebook parent Meta reported record revenue, but shares fell because of growing spending. Microsoft was hit by an outage affecting users of its Azure and 365 services, but Azure's cloud business rose 40%. Starbucks earnings were lower than expected, but Starbucks sales rose for the first time in the last 2 years. Carvana used car sales rose, but the stock fell after hours because it was already up 78% year to date. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Hi everyone, with your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. A Cowboy whose resume includes being the #1 overall pick in the draft tells you the heartfelt message he shared in the locker room after Sunday's loss, right after this.
Cowboys Nation is big because everything's bigger in Texas. And Reliant has the energy to power it all. From home field advantage to home sweet home, Reliant has Dallas Cowboys fans all across the Lone Star State covered for every electric moment this season and beyond. Reliant, proud to be the official energy provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
Whether you're getting ready to purchase a home, setting up a college fund for your kids, or preparing for retirement, you're working hard to live a life you love. And you deserve peace of mind knowing your home, loved ones, and future are protected. At SWBC, we can help you assess your personal situation and create a customized solution to make sure you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. Visit SWBC.com to learn about your mortgage, insurance, and wealth management options today. That's SWBC.com.
Cowboys defensive end Jadeveon Clowney is a 12-year NFL veteran who, after Sunday's blowout loss in Denver, shared an impromptu, impassioned message with the team.
I'm not the big yeller, but everybody take my advice a lot. And I was just telling them, man, we got too much talent on this team for us not to figure out what's going on. And it was bothering me because I'd have been on teams where there wasn't a lot of talent. I'd have been on talented teams, and I'm like, I know what it looked like. And I see a lot of talent around here, a lot of, not just talent, the way we work here is even more a reason why we should be winning. Like I said, our defense step up and get an offense that help they need on the defensive side. I think we'll be all right.
Dallas looks to right the ship this coming Monday night at home against the Cardinals. With your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It should stay really nice all the way through the weekend. We have cool high pressure in place that'll keep us in the mid-70s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. Down to about 40 and clear for the overnight hours. Low to mid-70s for the high on Friday and plenty of sunshine. 60s and 70s and nice for the upcoming weekend and maybe a little bit breezy by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Welcome back, Artesia. Hey, look at that weather. It's going to be a nice, cool day in the 70s, lows in the 30s tonight, and so I was a little bit chilly this morning when I got out. Man, I could see my breath for the first time this year. So nice, cool days. All right, well, let's jump back into this. Jeff will be back in here in a moment. He's got his tea going on across the way from me, and we'll come back. So to continue this conversation. So I'm looking at, so I found a portion of what it was. So Senator Lujan, who's one of our senators, He put up a bill, and this is what had happened, and I missed the context of it. He put up a bill to keep both SNAP and WIC funded, right? The Republicans objected to it. Why? Because they're looking at the situation and they're going, this is a ploy, this is a game, this is further manipulation from the Democrat side to try to play to people's emotions, right? They know they can actually fund SNAP and WIC and everything else by just passing the continuing resolution, which means we're just going to keep funding the government as it has been, is the same way they did all the way through the Biden administration. This is exactly how they kept funding the government all the way through the Biden administration, and they didn't. But now they don't want to do what they've been doing for 4 years because, well, now it's Trump. Now it's the Republicans in control, and they don't want to be complicit with that. They want to control the narrative. They want to control the situation. It's all lies. And I think that's what just drives me absolutely insane. It went from nuanced truth. It went from nuance to now it is pure, unadulterated lying. And they expect us to buy into it. They expect us to accept that and believe what they're saying. And the funny part is, I guess it ain't funny, I guess it's really the sad part of it is, so right now you've got Hakeem Jeffries in charge of the House of Representatives on the Democrat side. He's not in charge of the House, he's in charge of the Democrats in the House. And Chuck Schumer over on the Senate side. That's why they're calling it the Schumer shutdown, right?
Yeah.
Schumer was a massive proponent of the continuing resolution for all of those years under Biden. Pass it every single time, and if you don't, you're a horrible human being. But now, here's the problem. The Democrat Party, its base is now full-on Marxist socialism. This is evidenced by what's happening in New York City. They're actually going to elect a mayor to New York City who is an open professing socialist. Mm-hmm. He wants to give, free bus rides, free, they're going to do a rent freeze across the whole city.
Right.
You know, so you're not going to be allowed to charge what the true value of your property is. You're only going to be able to charge what the government says. And then this one is universal child care in the city of New York.
Yeah.
Well, where did we hear that before? Oh, here in New Mexico, just a few weeks ago. And so there's a sheet in front of me. This is the extent of the lying that's happening in our government by one side. Do I believe that the other side is fully truthful all the time? Absolutely not. I'm not stupid.
Right.
But when the line becomes so open and like this, look, the sky is green. Nope, I know it. The sky is green. You just don't understand. The sky is green. That's where we're at. And people are like, yep. They said the sky is green. I believe them. So here's free child care in New Mexico, right? So that was a huge deal. What, 3 or 4 weeks? I guess it was during that the special session that they called last month. So they trotted that out. They carted that out and said, hey, look at this. We're so wonderful. We're going to give free universal child care to all of New Mexico, everybody. What they didn't tell you is that even before that, anybody that was within 400% of the poverty level already had free child care. So that meant a family of 3 earning up to $106,000 a year was already eligible for free child care programs in this state. It's a game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. Do you have people? So, and this is problematic on my side. I don't have a whole lot of people in my life that are on the other side of these topics, on the other side of these issues. And if I do, they're not willing to tell me and discuss it with me.
Right.
So do you have people in your life that surround you or are close to you that are on that progressive side that would disagree with us and go, oh yeah, look at this, this is good?
I know of people that do believe that, but I don't get too many conversations about it because a lot of people do not like facts.
It's just like going to the protest last week. It was last week or the week before now. Time's just moving by so quick. Nobody wanted to talk.
Right.
They wanted to emote. Like, if all you've got is emoting, acting emotionally, throwing a fit, and look at you, how horrible you are. We can't solve problems like that.
Right. It's the timeout generation.
Yeah. I think it goes. There's so much. There's so much that I want to say that's so much wrapped up in how generationally since the 80s things have shifted.
Oh yeah.
In our education system and mindset and everything else, and most of it has to do, and it's hard to get people to see this and understand this because you throw out the word Marxist and they're like, oh, whatever, they don't understand, and but when you package everything in oppressed and oppressor, like if someone doesn't have something, the thing is, well, obviously they're oppressed, and if they're oppressed, there must be someone oppressing them. So there's always it's a good guy, bad guy thing, and they go, oh, but look, these people don't have, they don't have what you have, so therefore their lack of something must be due to your possession of it.
Yeah.
Right. And I talked about this in the concept of bullying the other day, right? The concept of bullying is a modern social construct that wants to put everything in those categories. Well, someone feels, we talked about bullying used to be the big kid that beat all the little kids up. That's just wrong. That's cruelty. That's unkind. That's all these things that we can look to Scripture and go, that is not right, right? But it's now become, if you say something, this is why people don't want to talk, because if you say facts that hurt people's feelings, right? Oh, well, that makes me feel bad, or I don't believe that's right, or whatever, and you saying it now offends me or hurts me, well, then that makes you an oppressor and makes them the oppressed.
Yeah.
Right? And so we look at the free child care thing, right? The fact is, it's all a lie. But it made people feel good.
Right. Well, and I was wondering, I'm like, is that going to be like a tagline for people to move here? Move to New Mexico. We'll take care of your kids, but we'd prefer that you kill them.
Yeah, there's so much truth in this.
Yeah, it's like, hey, okay, we want to build this huge facility to kill babies, but you know what? If one gets through, I guess we'll pay for the...
We'll take care of it from birth on so that we can train it the way we want to train. Man, the level of... The word's cognitive dissonance, saying one thing, believing another, or believing one thing and acting in another way. I don't see how people are disconnected from reality so much. And so what I want to take this time, and I'll let you jump in, but I really want to start to have people on the show from opposing viewpoints. I really do. I want to have these conversations because I can't comprehend it.
Yeah.
I really can't. I just don't understand how it is that people would buy into all of this and not see through these lies. It's nuts.
With my part, I would say a lot of this reminds me of confabulation, which a lot of in the political world and people following, that's something I dealt with when I came out of the coma, of confabulation, where I believed this was the truth. But it made no sense.
Yeah.
But in my mind, this was the truth.
Yeah.
Like a simple explanation was I couldn't find my pen. No, where's my pen? It's when I start writing, it will finish the date, and where is my pen? Well, it ends up that my brain, after coming out of the coma and everything, it combined some Harry Potter with Microsoft Word, and in my mind, I'm like, no, furious because I cannot find my pen.
Yeah.
Because I believe it's not logical, but I believed it.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people in the political things that are said. I'm like, okay, do they believe that do they actually believe this is the truth? And they've been convinced that this is the truth? How do we?
Well, I so that makes a great point. So everybody, so understand this. I have rarely met, I don't think I've ever met a human being in this world that did not get their beliefs from someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We everything we believe and everything is passed down to us through some means. Right? It's handed down, and typically that which we embrace the most is what was handed down to us by the most trusted people in our lives. Right? Whether it be parents, like if you placed your trust in what your teachers are saying, or you placed your trust in what your parents are saying, or you place your trust in what science or media or any of those areas say, right? Well, they say that, and I believe they're an authority in that area, so therefore I believe it.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing of what's happening is because of the access to so much knowledge at this point, and that's why I think we're seeing kind of a great awakening in the political sphere, especially among young people, is because they're accessing truth for themselves for the first time.
Oh yeah.
And they're fact checking, and it's coming to the point where, unfortunately, they don't believe any authorities anymore. They're going, yeah, I don't believe what that guy says.
Right.
I'm gonna go look it up for myself. And when they get to it, they go, that doesn't comport with reality.
Right.
And so therefore, I'm going to step away from it.
Well, it's like the Chicago fire. Everyone knows about that, and it was Bessie's cow who knocked over a lantern and started the Great Chicago Fire. No, it wasn't. It was a meteor shower. But they didn't know that then. It wasn't for another 100 years before they realized, there were fires all over the Midwest from meteorites.
Well, and the lie of Black Wall Street, right? Black Wall Street. Well, all the horrible white people came in and burned down Black Wall Street and destroyed their livelihood. But yet there's videos from 2 or 3 years after that incident, and Black Wall Street was thriving and living, and people were making money. Yeah, there was a bad thing that happened to them, but it didn't, it wasn't a turning point that changed all these people's lives. No, they went back and they rebuilt after that riot.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Artesia. We'll be back next hour, and we'll talk to PY Foundation.
Supporting Artesia General Hospital means supporting our community. Renewing the mill levy keeps healthcare close to home with state-of-the-art technology, hospital upgrades, and expanded services that benefit every Artesia family. From surgery and women's health to local jobs, your yes vote makes the real difference. Vote yes to renew the Artesia General Hospital mill levy and keep quality care right here at home. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/2025-mill-levy.
Fall means Graves Farm and Garden is open and ready to help you stock up on fresh, locally grown produce, including squash, zucchini, watermelons, and of course, fresh roasted green chili, from mild to extra hot. The pumpkin patch is open and ready for you to pick your own pumpkins, and there's pumpkin rides each weekend in October. Plus, Graves has a variety of hay as well as oak firewood with delivery available. Open 8:30 to 5 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday, just 6 miles south of Roswell on the old Dexter Highway. Follow the signs to Graves Farm and Garden, where fall time gets its flavor.
To be a champion, each team member must do their part to help the team win. That is true in business too. Edge Safety and Services LLC want to do their part to help your business win. They specialize in several field services: sandblasting, coating steamers, pressure washing, repairs, and cleanouts. Edge Safety also offers drug and alcohol screening and on-site services and safety trainings to make you better. Edge Safety and Services LLC, 575-736-1047. Proud supporter of the Artesia Bulldogs.
Hi Artesia, Cambria here from your local KFC and Taco Bell. And boy, do I have some amazing Tuesday deals for you. If you're grabbing a quick bite for yourself, you gotta try our country fried steak meal. This includes our delicious home-style country fried steak patty served with mashed potatoes and white gravy, creamy coleslaw, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just for $4.99. Looking to feed the whole fam? We got you covered. Try our $20 meal deal. This includes 8 pieces of all dark meat chicken, large mashed potatoes and gravy, a large coleslaw, and 4 buttermilk biscuits. As always, it's great to be a Bulldog, and we hope to see you soon at your local KFC and Taco Bell.
The Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center now has their very own website. Visit artesiamuseum.org to stay up to date on events and exhibits. Look through historical photos of Artesia, submit research requests, and more. For information, please call 575-748-7345. Stop by the Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center at 505 West Richardson Avenue or online at artesiamuseum.org. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 4. This ad paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Dreaming of your perfect home? Ramona and Roger Kilpatrick at RE/MAX Axiom invite you to discover the joy of making that dream come true. As agents deeply rooted in Artesia and the surrounding area, they bring years of combined experience and a true passion for real estate. Whether you're buying or selling, Ramona and Roger's friendly and approachable nature ensures you feel right at home, making every step of the process enjoyable. Visit RE/MAXNMAxiom.com to see the latest listings or stop by their office in Artesia at 402 West Main, Suites D and E. RE/MAX Axiom, where your dream home becomes reality.
Wouldn't you love more quality family time? But everyone has their noses in their phones and tablets. With PVT Experience IQ, you can enjoy screen-free family time. Pause all internet-connected devices to enjoy a board game or talk around the dinner table. With Experience IQ in the PVT Connect IQ app from PVT in Southeast New Mexico, you can enjoy more family time. Visit the PVT website at pvt.com to find out if you can get PVT Internet.
Looking to buy or sell a home in Artesia? Trust the team that knows this town best. Lois Oliver Real Estate. With years of local experience and a dedicated group of expert agents, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Whether you're finding the perfect place for your family or getting the best value when it's time to sell, Lois Oliver Real Estate is your hometown advantage. Visit LoisOliverRealEstate.com and let's get started today, because no one knows Artesia like we do, and we love it here.
Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Amazing. That's how President Trump describes his meeting in South Korea with Chinese President Xi Jinping.
On Air Force One afterwards, Trump said that the U.S. would reduce tariffs and China would end restrictions on rare earth exports. Unsurprisingly, Trump said he'd rate the meeting 12 out of 10, and he also gave some idea of future visits between the two leaders. Trump to China in April and Xi to the U.S. sometime after that.
Correspondent Tian McLeod-G says the meeting capped the president's week-long Asia trip. President Trump is directing the Pentagon to resume nuclear weapons testing after a 30-plus year hiatus. It was called Operation Arctic Frost. Republican Senator Chuck Grassley says it was a massive Biden Justice Department spy operation surveilling the activities of a host of conservative organizations and the Republican Party. Grassley calls Operation Arctic Frost the vehicle by which FBI agents and DOJ prosecutors could improperly investigate the entire Republican political apparatus. Hurricane Melissa did a real number, and it was a terrible number on the Caribbean.
Dennis Sulu, the UN resident coordinator in Jamaica, said,
"What we are seeing in preliminary assessments is a country that's been devastated to levels never seen before."
Catastrophic flooding occurred in Haiti, where dozens were dead or missing. Eastern Cuba had blown off roofs, downed power lines and crop damage. Hurricane conditions were forecast to continue in the Bahamas into the morning and were expected to affect Bermuda later on Thursday as the storm passes. I'm Karen Shamas.
With the arrests of 5 more people, a total of 7 are now being held in connection with the crown jewel heist at the Louvre in Paris. The gems have yet to be recovered. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 336 points. The Nasdaq 240 points in the red. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hey, it's Mike Gallagher, host of The Mike Gallagher Show. I don't mess around when it comes to saving you money. Right now, rates have dropped to the lowest level in over a year and a half. That means if you bought your home or refinanced in the last 3 years, you could be saving hundreds of dollars every month. Lower your rate, lower your monthly payment, even kick that pesky PMI to the curb. And get this, you can skip 2 full months of mortgage payments. But that's not all. Fellowship Home Loans just rolled out something incredible. Their very own HELOC and lines of credit. Approval in just 5 minutes. Money in your account in as little as 4 days. It's the easiest system you've ever used. You can do it yourself online. Whether you want to pay off bills, tackle a home project, cover education, or even a wedding, Fellowship Home Loans makes it simple to leverage the money that's already sitting in your house. Just go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending guided by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
Ukraine has detained a British man accused of spying for Russia.
Ukraine's security services claimed the man had given Russian spies information about other international instructors and the location of training centers. They also said he was preparing to commit terrorist attacks by using an improvised explosive device and a pistol. The Briton was detained in Kiev and appeared in a court this week where he was detained without bail while a pre-trial investigation was conducted. Prosecutors said that if found guilty, the man could face up to 12 years in prison.
The BBC's James Landale. A massive police raid on a drug gang operating in low-income neighborhoods of Rio de Janeiro has left at least 119 people dead, drawing protests for excessive force and calls for the Rio de Janeiro governor to resign. Dozens of residents gathered in front of the state's government headquarters shouting assassin. They waved Brazilian flags. News and analysis, townhall.com. Jurors have convicted a California animal rights activist.
That's because she took 4 chickens from a major Purdue Farms poultry plant. Zoe Rosenberg was found guilty Wednesday of trespassing and conspiracy. She says she was rescuing the chickens, but prosecutors say she broke the law. The 23-year-old activist faces more than 5 years in prison. She was charged with 1 count of felony conspiracy, 1 count of trespassing to interfere with a business, 1 count of trespassing on land where an animal is held for human consumption, and 1 count of tampering with a vehicle. Keith Peters, Washington.
Starbucks halted a lengthy slide in sales in its fiscal fourth quarter as fall drinks and improved service brought customers back to its stores. The Seattle-based coffee giant says global same-store sales rose 1% over last year in the July through September period. First time in almost 2 years, the company posted an increase in same-store sales. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, this is Holly from Nels Floral in Artesia, and we are so happy to be the new florist for the KSVIP. If you know someone who is having a special day or event, a birthday, anniversary, or something big is happening in their life, let's make them the KSVIP. On their day, we'll say something on the radio about your special person, and they will receive a beautiful flower from Nels Floral. So call KSVP at 575-746-2751 and nominate your KSVIP.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. It's Thursday, October 30th, 9 o'clock hour. We're joined in studio now by Miss Destiny Rojo from PY Foundation. And you brought a guest with you today. You want to introduce him?
Yes, this is our Executive Director for United Way of Eddy County, Kyle Marksteiner.
Good morning, Kyle. Pleasure to meet you, man.
Thank you.
Awesome. So, so you guys are taking Nocatio's spot today and coming in?
We are.
And
I apologize for not giving you an update. Kyle, with United Way, given the government shutdown and the federal employees being on furlough and SNAP benefits and things being affected, Kyle with United Way has decided to work on a Eddy County-wide initiative to try to help alleviate some of those areas in our communities. And so that's kind of why I wanted to bring Kyle on. He has been working in Carlsbad. On Monday, Women for a Better Artesia, as well as a few other community partners, and Kyle will be meeting to kind of discuss Artesia's needs.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I talked about that in the first hour. So Kyle, let us know what you guys are thinking about, what it might look like.
Sure. You know, I think when you talk about it, we've got two different groups we're looking at trying to make sure we're helping. One is folks who do receive SNAP benefits who are now not, in particular folks with children. And then the other is you have any government employees or government employee subcontractors who are probably looking at a furlough sometime soon for an indeterminate amount of time. So you got two different folks, particularly down in Carlsbad with the WIP site. You have a large number of government subcontractors who are going to the holidays now not knowing, what to expect. And so, we did want to work. Our job is not at all to look at who's to blame, to solve it. Our job is to take care of Eddy County residents to the best of our ability. And so we're working up in Artesia with folks up here. We're working down in Carlsbad with other folks, and we're trying to just get together with different churches, different nonprofits, different organizations to just try to help our neighbors out and make sure we're prepared. If it's solved tomorrow, great. I'll be the first to celebrate, and then some of those things will be set aside. We can still use to help people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so, and don't forget here in Artesia, we got, our FLETC contingent is...
Absolutely,
huge. And I know some of them are already...
Right, and we've gotten a couple calls about that, and it's so confusing. I mean, down in Carlsbad, the BLM office is largely not being furloughed because their pay thing is set up because they're basically a revenue generator. Yeah. And so, it's hard to tell. It's almost a case-by-case basis on who's furloughed, who's not, who might be, et cetera. It's a little confusing.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what you guys might be thinking about, how people can get involved.
Sure, absolutely.
Because I know, like, the next food drive, I announce them every day, is not till the 14th of November.
Right,
so that's quite far off. So
and then let me talk about what the United Way is doing first, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead. Again, we're looking at two different groups, and one thing we did is we pay utility bills. Normally, it's a once-a-year requirement. We've gone ahead and waived that once a year. So if there's some folks who we helped, in May, normally we would say we can't help you until next year. Now we're able to help them. And then we also have modified some of those programs so the income element doesn't exist if you're a furloughed folk. So normally we might say, hey, look, your gross income in your household is a little too much. Sorry. Yeah. Now we're going to say, look, we know no matter what you were making, you're having to adjust very quickly. We want to help you. Up in Artesia, the food distribution that you guys kindly account, we've raised that from 100 to 125 families per month. We've reached out to like St. Vincent de Paul and some other groups out here. I've got a really good list. As always, our places of worship are taking the lead on any sort of charitable efforts, and we want to support them and partner with them. So we've reached out to different groups. We're looking at a pop-up distribution down in Carlsbad. That's kind of a one-time extra pop-up. We're collecting. We thought about it. All these food distributions are great, but they don't really address baby formula. And so no matter who you want to blame, et cetera, babies are not to blame. Yeah. And so we want to try to make sure that formula and things like that are provided. So we're looking at like a diaper formula drop-off. We've got some partners, Oasis Women's Services up here, the Artesia Chamber up here have both agreed to be spots where you can either drop off or pick up, baby supplies. Down in Carlsbad, the United Way office, the Faith, Hope, and Love Foundation office. And so, again, we also ordered some food. We received a significant number of calls yesterday, actually, both from Artesia and Carlsbad about people. It's confusing. I just know my benefits have run out. What do I do? Yeah. And in many cases, their transportation was even limited. So I spent a lot of the last 2 days delivering things to people's houses. And I can say this. The people I deliver to, I am very comfortable with us supporting them. You know, it's families with multiple children, it's people on disability, it's Eddy County residents, and I am absolutely comfortable with providing them some service and feel good about what we did. So.
My concept is always start local.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
So if a church out there, or organization, or just individuals want to get in, so if they want to do the baby stuff, they can drop them, you said, at Oasis or at...
At the Artesia Chamber. And then it doesn't have to, I mean, if you want to buy a box of granola bars, if you want to buy, I mean, we don't want, cheese because of
no perishable.
Yeah, exactly. But if you wanted some dry goods, and that's kind of what we packaged, we have cans with like spaghetti, noodles and granola bars and things like that we're giving out to people because we don't know exactly what circumstance they may be in. So we want it to be something that's useful to everybody. Yeah. If you want to drop off things like that, or if you know somebody in need to pick up things like that, what we've asked is and it's pretty casual, you can provide some proof that you normally either receive SNAP benefits or you normally work for the federal government or something like that, and we'll get it to you. This is not a paperwork festival. This is a helping our neighbors festival. So.
Yeah.
Well, and I think also if you wanted to help, obviously I do think some of our food distribution sites have stepped up in a big way. Our governor announced yesterday that SNAP benefits, we're going to be continuing and extended in New Mexico for some time.
Yeah.
Not infinite amount of time,
right,
but a finite amount of time. And so I do think that probably one of the areas of most need is utility assistance.
Yeah.
And obviously the fund that Kyle and United Way of Eddy County have is not set up in perpetuity. It doesn't have endless amounts of funds. And so really, if you want to help and you have the means to do so, to donate to that fund, which then I believe also, or just donate to United Way of Eddy County, because it would also help purchase food. It's going to help with the utilities, and then with any other programs that they put on during this time.
Yeah.
But I think the utilities is a big one.
Yeah, so monetary donations, right? So if you've got the capacity to help out, make some monetary donations. I actually pointed a young lady who was looking for help yesterday to the 211 number.
And I believe that was somebody there was somebody up kind of northwest of Artesia. I went up on my way here this morning and spoke with her. And again, kind of heartbreaking when you see some of the situations, but we were very happy to help. The 211 number is great because you talk to us and we kind of decide, is this a situation where you need help with the utility bill, or is this something where you need food tomorrow?
Yeah.
What are some other places of worship nearby we can refer you to, can probably help more? Yeah. What's our next food distribution? So every case is a little different. But I think the main thing, if people want to help, monetary is appreciated, or drop off baby formula, drop off pet food's another one. If you normally relied on certain services to feed yourself, you have to take care of yourself. We want to take care of the pets too, so that's another one.
Yeah.
And if we have a little bit left over, things are great. Then we'll work with other charities and make sure that goes to people in need. So.
Absolutely, yeah. I was scrolling, I wasn't ignoring you. I was trying to pull up a post that had gone out on 411 Artesia. So y'all's distribution is the second Friday of each month.
Correct.
At West Main Baptist Church here in Artesia, yes, and at, I think, the Methodist Church in...
Correct, at Epworth Methodist, yes,
Epworth Methodist in Carlsbad. But also here in Artesia, Trinity Church on Hermosa is on the first and third Tuesday.
Right.
And you can go to both of those and get help. And then St. Vincent is there on Roseline is every Tuesday or Thursday.
Right.
There's food stuff there. And then the Methodist is on every Tuesday from 8 to 8:30 once a month. And then
I think at Fox and Lake Church, I believe, also has a program where they can help with food. I don't remember the specifics, but I know they're one. Rhonda, who works with me, went around to all places of worship across Eddy County and kind of got a good list of, what do you do? How do we reach it? We don't want to drain them, but we just want to work together. We want them to refer people to us, and we refer people to them.
Right, yeah. And if you're a church out there, if you're somebody who's wanting donating, those, to be honest, like starting up a new program, because so you don't know this, I'm a pastor here in town. I have a church here in town, and so us starting up something new on top of everybody else is so rather than do that, we is donating to these already.
No, and I appreciate
because people already know when and where to go on those
Right.
and stuff like that. And so I think that's
You know,
that's probably a
and
good
you
thing.
being a pastor, I did want to say this. You know, sometimes, hey, I want to work with a place of worship. You guys are a secular organization. I could work for a secular organization and still have my faith be a real big reason on how I do what I do and why I do what I do. And
if you've got the mechanism and the arm to distribute that I don't, right? I don't have enough people to do the full distribution. So it's easier for a lot of us just to give to your organizations such as United Way and stuff, so that they can help out.
And we have an apartment down there, Oasis Church. You know, they do a food distribution every Tuesday, and then they come out to help us. Calvary down there does one. We also do a distribution out in Loving. But it is. I mean, the Roadrunner program is great. And again, whoever's to blame or however we work this out, I'll leave that to somebody else. What we want to do is make sure our neighbors here are fed and their children are fed.
No one's going hungry.
Well, and I do think that it's great that United Way is the one who's kind of putting this on, because again, you know, there could be too many cooks in the kitchen. So everyone wants to kind of do a response. And I really do think that our meeting on Monday with Women for a Better Artesia, the hospital, United Way, and some others, I think is a great first step to try to get everyone together. And I think if everyone kind of goes to United Way, then they have the systems in place already.
No pressure on you at all.
And they have the systems in place with their 211, with some of their other programs, and so they can really help get everyone aligned and make sure that there aren't too many people doing the same
Well,
thing.
you guys, not to mention, you guys have already got a mechanism in there to actually assess need.
Right.
Because honestly, a lot of people do take advantage of it. They do. And so it's easier if we've got that central location, I think. And I think you guys doing that is a huge thing. Maybe you guys, once you guys have that meeting on Monday, if you want to give me a call, come back maybe Tuesday and tell us what comes out of that. And so we can give out more information, because it's kind of going to start happening next week.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, once the benefits, once that money doesn't go on the card next week, people are going to be looking for other assistance.
And that is, I mean, you know, we're looking at things like this. If we get overwhelmed, do I need to staff our 211 with additional board members and volunteers? Do we need to is there a way to broaden that to where we're reaching more people? And so we do have some capacity, but we could hit our capacity window on this too, and we need to look at some smart options. And just, you know, I noticed there was a Facebook post on September 12th this year. Let's be like we were on September 12th of 2001.
Yeah.
And I thought about that as we were putting this together, because I kind of feel like we are headed in that direction in this. I've had great conversations with Destiny and Sandra and Haley up here, and great conversations with people down in Carlsbad. And I feel like there's kind of a glimpse of that same, you know, let's all work together. Let's just figure this out. Let's help our neighbors. And I love it. It's exactly where we should be as people. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Well,
all right.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys so much, Kyle. Pleasure
you.
meeting, brother. And we look forward to hearing an update and what we can get done around this town.
Thanks for helping us get word out.
All right, thanks a lot. God bless.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It should stay really nice all the way through the weekend. We have cool high pressure in place that'll keep us in the mid-70s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. Down to about 40 and clear for the overnight hours. Low to mid-70s for the high on Friday, and plenty of sunshine. 60s and 70s and nice for the upcoming weekend, and maybe a little bit breezy by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
Jeffrey David Conklin, pretty much known to everybody as David, is running for re-election to the Artesia School Board District 1. The investment in our kids is important to their future and our community, and David knows they deserve the best we can offer.
I was born and raised in Artesia, have a servant's heart, and have spent my life using that to serve the kids in the community. Exercise your rights and go vote. Go Bulldogs.
Paid for by Jeffrey David Conklin.
Looking for the right ride at the right price? Come to Tate Branch Artesia and check out our used cars. We've got a huge selection of all makes, all models, and every color you can imagine. Priced right to fit your budget. Many vehicles have payments under $500 and come with a lifetime powertrain warranty for your peace of mind. Bad credit upside down in your trade? No problem. We work with all credit and we'll fight to get you approved. Experience the Tate Branch difference today, where great cars, great prices, and great people come together. Stop by Tate Branch at 919 South 1st Street in Artesia or visit us online at TateBranchArtesia.com.
Searching for a church that honors God? Come to First Church Artesia at 4th and Grand. We're a family of believers putting Christ first, preaching the Bible with reverence and uniting all ages in family-integrated worship. Sundays at 10:45 a.m., experience the timeless truth and heartfelt praise. We're reaching Artesia with the good news, living all of Christ for all of life. Check out artesiareform.com or find us on Facebook, First Church Artesia, where faith thrives.
The City of Artesia is proud to announce that we've renewed our agreement with Trans-Aero Medevac. This means that Eddy County residents are automatically enrolled in Trans-Aero's free air ambulance membership program, ensuring there are no out-of-pocket costs that need to be paid if you're flown to a hospital by Trans-Aero. Remember, this benefit only applies to Trans-Aero Medevac. To receive this benefit, ask for Trans-Aero specifically in a medical emergency. For situations where you cannot speak, make sure you have your Trans-Aero membership card alongside either your ID or health insurance card. This will act as a request for Trans-Aero Medevac. You can print out the membership card on the City of Artesia's website. In life's most critical moments, Trans-Aero, the City of Artesia, and our partners stand ready to help when you need it most. If you're an Eddy County resident, take advantage of this free benefit and make sure you fly with Trans-Aero Medevac.
Paul tells us in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 through 18, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. I want us to talk about giving thanks. And it's hard sometimes to understand that. How can I have thankfulness in all circumstances? God knows that we live in a fallen and sinful world, and that there's problems in the world, and God's not telling us to always have a smile on our face and be happy and joyous about everything around us, even when bad things are going on, but instead have an attitude of thankfulness, even in the midst of disaster or trouble. Because of our relationship with Jesus, God is telling us, I want you to learn how to be thankful, to rejoice always, to have that joyous thought process in our mind, to say that when someone comes to me, even in the midst of a disaster, I could tell them about Jesus. Is that your relationship with him? If it isn't, come visit us at the Hermosa Church of Christ.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. We're now joined by Mr. Aaron Irving via Zoom. What's up, dude?
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, I'm not too bad at all, man. It's nice and chilly outside.
Yes, it is. I didn't do my morning walk this morning. It's too cold.
You're like, nah, I'm good. I think I'll stay in.
I'll stay where the heater is.
Yeah. No, I got up, went out this morning to start the truck, and I'm like, because we got a diesel when it starts getting like this. You gotta go out there and get her warmed up for it.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I can see my breath this morning. Like, oh wow, it's changing quickly. So, oh man. So, well, give me a good joke, man. So here's the sad thing. People give me jokes throughout the week to give you,
and you don't share them.
And then I forget. Like, I forget what the joke is. I forget where they sent it or where it's at. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I need to do joke research before I come on the air on Tuesday and Thursday mornings.
There you go. There you go.
All right, but I'll leave the joke telling you you're the best comedian we got.
Well, thank you.
All right.
All right. So, an insane asylum inmate amused himself by placing a pet flea on his left hand, and on the command, "Jump, Freddy, jump," the insect would leap to his right hand. This game helped the poor man pass away the mindless hours, but one day, he got a tiny pair of scissors and proceeded to cut off Freddy the Flea's legs. He then placed his truncated pet on his hand and gave the familiar command, but to no avail. Then raising his voice, he shouted, "Jump, Freddy, jump!" But still the flea remained in his left hand. There you are, cried the man triumphantly. "That proves my theory. You cut off their legs and they go deaf."
Oh, that is not I had no idea where that joke was going, but
definitely didn't think it was going to that.
No, did not think that was going to be the punchline. Oh my gosh. Anyway, all right, brother. Why don't you go ahead and give us our report, and then we'll visit on the other side.
All right. This is Aaron Irving with LPL Financial, member of FINRA and the SIPC, bringing you your mid-morning stock market report for Thursday, October the 30th. Stocks are mixed this morning as investors digest a batch of big tech earnings while a meeting between President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping concluded. The S&P 500 dipped 0.3%, while the NASDAQ composite was down 0.9%. Dow Jones Industrial Average outperformed, rising 0.7%. Mega-cap tech giants Alphabet, Meta, and Microsoft each reported quarterly results after the close yesterday. While Alphabet shares popped about 5% on the back of strong results, shares of Meta and Microsoft tumbled about 12% and 2% respectively. Investors grew worried about the increased spending outlooks for both Meta and Microsoft. The drop in Meta and Microsoft, as well as other names such as AI intelligence chip giant NVIDIA, marked a rotation out of technology stocks in the session. While those were lower, bank stocks such as JP Morgan and Bank of America saw gains, as did healthcare stocks on the heels of Eli Lilly's stronger than expected quarterly results and guidance raise. Shares of Eli Lilly were last 2% higher. Traders also kept an eye on the trade front after President Trump agreed to cut fentanyl tariffs on China to 10%, which brings the overall tariffs on Chinese imports to 47% from 57%. As part of that deal, Beijing will work to stop fentanyl coming into the U.S. and buy American-grown soybeans, along with other agricultural goods. China also delayed the latest curb on rare earth exports by a year. To be sure, other areas such as the export of NVIDIA chips and the TikTok divestiture remain unresolved, while China's Ministry of Commerce said the country is willing to work with the U.S. to resolve issues related to TikTok. The ministry didn't provide any further details on that matter. Those moves come after the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell suggested the central bank may not cut interest rates again at its December meeting, which investors had been betting on. He said a further reduction in the policy rate at the December meeting is not a foregone conclusion. Currently, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is 379 points higher at 48,011. The S&P 500 is down 21 points at 6,869, and the NASDAQ composite is 208 points lower at 23,749. West Texas Intermediate crude is up 9 cents a barrel to $60.57. Stocks of local interest. HF Sinclair is down 56 cents a share to $53.40. Walmart is 59 cents higher at $103.05 a share. Xcel Energy is up $2.13 a share to $81.85. And Apple is $1.01 higher at $270.71 a share. This is Aaron Irving with Oakley & Irving Wealth Management, serving business owners and energy industry professionals in the Pecos Valley and beyond. You can find us at oiwealth.com or at our offices in Artesia and Carlsbad. You can call us at 575-887-7075. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA, and the SIPC.
All right, man. So, no massive reaction to the China deal or all the deals in Southeast Asia, it seems like. Seems like everything kind of just held steady there.
Yeah, I think the biggest reaction was Powell, doing what he does after every Fed meeting is doing something to make the markets panic a little bit.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. The reaction will end up being to Powell and him trying to. I mean, it's almost as if he's trying to actively sabotage any gains we get whatsoever.
Right.
And I don't understand the mindset, man. I don't know about you, but I don't. I guess it comes between the concepts of picking winners and losers rather than just trying to get everybody to win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there doesn't have to be any winners and losers in economy. We can all win. We can all win together.
Yeah. And win-win is a true thing.
In economy, this is not. It's not a sport. What's that?
If we get the Democrats out of the way, win-win.
Oh my gosh, man! I've been railing all day today about the constant just subversion of truth. It's an ongoing thing at this point.
Yeah. The one that's just so emblematic of what they do is whenever somebody asked the press secretary, the remodel of the ballroom, and said, are there any other projects on the line? And she said, no, the priority of that is the ballroom, or Trump's priority on that is the ballroom. And they all said, all of the Democrats went out saying, and President Trump's only priority is the ballroom while people are not getting paid.
It's mind-numbing.
It is.
I'm curious because, like me and Jeff talked about this last hour, I don't have a lot of people in my circle. I don't have hardly any that believe all this. Like, where are all those people? I don't understand.
I know a few people that believe it, but you can't talk to them.
They don't want to have a conversation.
Yeah, they don't want to have a conversation. They can't be brought into where they understand, because if it doesn't agree with their narrative, they're not going to listen. It's like, la, 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 I can't hear you, I can't hear you.
I'm like, but how do you, and it's interesting to think about the markets, because the people that are in the markets, right? I don't want to say there's probably no controlling forces. There probably are, but most of the people that are in the markets that are trading and everything else, they have to know that most of this stuff is lies.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so now it's almost like they're not hedging their bets on what actually might happen, but they're hedging the bets on how many people are going to believe this.
Right.
And trade based on the lies that are out there about what's going to happen. Not what's actually really going to happen, but what the narrative says, and they're betting on how many people are going to believe this narrative, and so that they go along with it.
Yeah, they're like, do I need to just get out of this for right now and then buy back in, after it's down a little bit and make some money when it comes right back up? It's all about the...
Yeah, so, but you said, look, and I think, of course, time will vindicate, I believe, the mindset of the Trump administration and what he's trying to do is, we're bringing in all of these deals from Southeast Asia. Toyota's building new factories here now, apparently, and it's going to take years. It's going to take at least a couple years to get those factories built and up and running and doing all that. And all this $20 billion or trillion. I can't.
Probably
billion. I think it's $20 billion worth of new investment into. No, it's trillion. $20 trillion worth of new investment into the country. I thought that was what. Maybe I've got it backwards. It might have been $20 billion.
20 trillion is a whole lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it was $20 billion. Because they're bringing in billions and billions of dollars of new all across the country. Qatar, everybody is coming to build here, right?
Yeah, that is in the trillion.
Yeah, that's trillions, because he's saying by the end of. Yeah, he said by the end of this year, it's going to be $20 trillion of new investment in American industry. We're reindustrializing America. And when that actually comes to a head, and there's practically zero unemployment after that point,
Right.
It's going to be quite. I think it's going to be vindicating of his plan, and we're actually going to see everyone winning in that. But then how do their lies perpetuate after that? I don't know.
Yeah, the people's heads are going to explode if they can't get themselves to realize the truth at that point. So I can't see how they can't realize the truth already because so many things are so obvious, but some take a little more than others.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I'm hoping, I'm praying that things start to turn quickly financially for people, because I think that's the only way you wake a lot of these people up, is when they start seeing that, hey, that bunch of people there said everything's destitute and everything's going to fall apart. They were lying. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, and everything's getting better. Why are things getting better?
Apart, maybe that's why they're keeping the government shut down. They want everything to fall apart and want to push us into a recession and
right. Create an artificial crisis. So when there's not a real crisis to take advantage of, we create an artificial crisis so that we can, and almost the entire party is built on constant, manufacturing of crises that scare people, and people in fear are easier to control.
Absolutely.
All right, man. All right. Well, thanks for all the good news.
You're welcome.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you. You have a great weekend, dude, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday, man.
All right. Have a great one.
All right. Take care. God bless.
You too.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The roadway rehab project on New Mexico 31 and US 285 is going into partial suspension through November 20th, pending railroad and signal equipment operation. During the project suspension, the 2 northbound and 2 southbound lanes on 285 will be open. The existing New Mexico 31 intersection will continue to be operational in its original configuration off of US 285. There will be a new traffic pattern at the intersection of New Mexico 31 and Kelly Road. Motorists traveling US 285 will not see any delays to traffic flow. Be advised, though, the turnoff onto Carrasco Road is closed as part of a separate Eddy County project. This week, Artesia City Council reminding everyone of upcoming public hearings. November 10th, one item, a variance request involving 2 mobile homes. The other, though, that's the big one, to discuss the new housing development at the site of the old Armory building. If you have any opinions or thoughts on the new housing development, go to the November 10th Artesia City Council meeting. And the city's rec committee reports the first flag football season is coming to an end. 261 kids participated this year. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
It's time for the Eddy County Sports Report. Got some volleyball action tonight, and the Artesia Bulldogs are sitting at 2-1 in district, 16-4 overall. They'll be hosting Portales this evening at 6 o'clock. Portales 14-6 and 1-2. Artesia's last outing was a 3-0 sweep 2 days ago against Lovington. Got a lot of players in that game. Senior Jenna Whitmire led the way with 8 kills. Junior Avery Frederick had 6. Game time tonight, 6 o'clock. That's also game time for Carlsbad versus Roswell. Volleyball action tonight. Carlsbad 1-3 and in district, 5-15 overall. Roswell likewise 1-3 in district. And the Loving Falcons will be in action tonight. They got to hit the road. They'll be playing at Jowl, and the game time for that is 6 o'clock. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at KSVP Radio, AM 990.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You end up with unfulfilled promises. You end up with more poverty than when you started, and you end up, in the case of New York, it will be a poor city and state if this guy is elected. And then you end up with a loss of freedoms that's incalculable until all the dust finally settles. And I don't even know if, forget about what Cuomo said, there may be a point of no return, or it'll take a very long time to resolve it. I don't see a window of opportunity that this is going to happen. Understand, the left's embrace of Mamdani is going to be the doom of Democrats nationwide. Nationwide. This is going to have repercussions we can't even calculate today, but it's that real.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Hey, it's Sean Hannity here. It's no secret I have been very outspoken ever since I was able to save money. I've been a long-time buyer of precious metals like gold and silver. In fact, I've been purchasing them for many decades now, and I'm so glad that I have. But who do I choose to help safeguard my money. Here's the deal. I've been with the award-winning precious metals dealer Goldco for years now. I am a customer of Goldco, and I was frankly relieved to find a great company that I trust and that I have stuck with, and they stick with me for the long haul. They keep it simple, and they've taught me a whole lot about the value of precious metals and how they can help protect your savings. I simply want you to call, no obligation, 855-815-GOLD, or just go to HannityGold.com. They'll send you a free 2025 gold and silver kit. You'll also learn about their unlimited bonus silver offer, and you're not going to want to miss that one, trust me. Anyway, call now, 855-815-GOLD, or just go to HannityGold.com. That's HannityGold.com today. Hey.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. It should stay really nice all the way through the weekend. We have cool high pressure in place that'll keep us in the mid-70s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. Down to about 40 and clear for the overnight hours. Low to mid-70s for the high on Friday and plenty of sunshine. 60s and 70s and nice for the upcoming weekend and maybe a little bit breezy by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Welcome back, Artesia. Hey, our last segment here. I obviously just kind of continue the conversation about the lies in the media, right? And it's not just in the media; it's an entire platform of it at this point, and it's getting harder and harder to talk with other people, to have those back and forth conversations, those genuine conversations that actually answer questions, you know, and I want to facilitate that. I really do. I don't know how to reach, I want to reach as many people as I possibly can. I also understand God's sovereignty and the fact that he allows us to operate and work within certain spheres of time and space, and we can only reach so many people. I can't fix all the problems across all the nation. Wish I could. But if there's people out there that want to talk, I'm open. I'm willing. You can reach out to me. I put my phone number out on this place all the time, 575-513-2117. I'm willing to bring people on the radio. We've talked a little bit about here at the radio station is finding the time and the place of bringing people in and letting them present opposing views and go back and forth with me. I'm not a mean guy. I try to do everything I do. I base it on truth. I want to look at facts. I want to look at the realities of the world and the way this world's created, and have that discussion, have that open discussion in which we can discuss and talk about what's really going on and what is really the best way forward. And I also understand this. For a lot of people, you're just trying to live your day-to-day life. You're trying to pay your bills. You're trying to just get by. And it does feel like everyone in governance, if you will, no one's really on your side. They're only on their side. And to an extent, I'll say there's a lot of that. There really is. But there's also genuine people I know that serve in government that are genuine and really want what's best for our nation. I was talking with Aaron, is the fact that economic development, economic growth lifts everybody up. The more jobs are available, the more people can be working, the more wealth that is created. Wealth isn't a zero-sum game, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's one of the misnomers we're dealing with, we're coping with at this point, is we live in a society now at this point where it has been perpetuated, the lie has been perpetuated for so long that if someone else gets wealthy, then someone else has to be poor. That's not the truth. The truth is, the more wealth that is created, when something of value is created, wealth is created. More comes out of it. And there can be an endless supply of wealth through the creation of products, through the creation of jobs, through sharing, ideas and labor. Everything doesn't have to be free. I land on a principle. It's a scriptural principle of this. When Paul was ministering to the Thessalonians, he tells them in 2 Thessalonians, I think it's chapter 5. I can't remember exactly right now. But he talks to him about how when he was there, he didn't take anything from him for free. He worked for his own food. He's there ministering, and he says, I had a right to receive from you, but yet I worked. And the reason I did it is so that you saw my example. Because he points out that in Thessalonica at that time, there were many that were not working. They were just running around, running their mouths, and they weren't doing anything. They weren't helping out the society around them. And he put forth a biblical principle as who do not work, do not eat. Now, can we apply that as a blanket statement across all of society at any given point in time? Absolutely not. There are those who are in need. There are those we have to help. That's why other parts of Scripture talk about us doing that. And we have to do that. We apply that concept of starting local. We can have influence. We can help people here locally. Those people who God, it says love your neighbor. And who is your neighbor? Well, whoever God puts in your life, right? Whoever God puts right in front of you, that's who you're to help. But the principle is that if we're in a position to help people, the best thing we can do to help them is, if they are capable, if they have the ability to work, is to give them a job, give them something to do, if you've got that ability. So if people are in need, is the best thing for us to do is to create more wealth, to create more industry. And that's what the state is missing. That's what's going wrong. If we look back across the history of the state, unfortunately for almost its entire existence, sorry about that. It's been run by a people and a mindset of a welfare mentality. That somehow the government is to take from those who have and give to those who don't. That's not the purpose of government. The government is to protect everyone so that everyone can have the freedom to create wealth for themselves. And you may not be able to start a business, but if you have hands and feet and you have the capacity to work, you can trade that capacity for income, for wealth. Somebody had posted the other day, and I don't remember who it was, and it was this whole deal about there's been this lie now that the youth of this age, and I kind of bought into it too, but someone kind of ran the numbers that this generation can't buy houses, they can't do this, they can't, because back when the boomers were young, houses were only this much and everything was cheaper and everything was more affordable and everything, all of this. And when you actually run the numbers, accounting for inflation and all of this, it's not really true. It really isn't. The problem is there's so much more to buy. There's so much, rather than buying an inexpensive car, people are buy expensive cars instead of, and everybody in the house has got a computer. Everybody in the house has got a tablet. Everybody in the house has a cell phone plan. Everybody in the house has this. And if you have the money for that and you want to spend your money on it, fine. But don't then complain that, well, I can't afford to buy a house. I have to rent because I can. Living within your means is not somehow wrong. Because someone else has more wealth and is able to live in a different sphere than you is not somehow cheating you. You have what you have. Live within that means and be grateful. Be content within it. And then find ways to improve your position. Save your money. Work harder. Take other jobs. Do whatever it is that you have to improve your position. Don't look at other people and what they have and think somehow you're being robbed. But for so long, this nation, and whether it be through our education, what we've been given this mindset that because someone else has something more than you, better than you, that somehow you've been cheated. They took something away from you. They oppressed you in some way. We have to break that mindset. We have to break people away from that and get people back to realizing that they are the, I don't want to say the masters of their own destiny, because that's not true, right? God is the master of our destiny. But if God's given you abilities, he's given you the place that you're in, you have to accept it. You must be content in it. You must be thankful for what you have, and then strive to utilize the abilities he's given you to continue to move forward in life. I think that underlying mindset of somehow you're being oppressed because you have less than others is what has fed into the willingness to buy into all of these lies. You look at what's going on in the federal government right now, the whole SNAP benefits, WIC benefits, everything else, the lies that are being thrown out about it, about what's happening. So like right now, the ongoing lie, or one of the ongoing lies is that there's a reserve fund and that they could fund all of SNAP right now if they just wanted to, and the Republicans are holding it back. It's not true. There's not even half the amount they need to fund 1 month's worth of benefits. Every month, $8.2 billion go out to SNAP and WIC. There's less than $5 billion in the reserve to fund the whole thing. So they can't fund the whole thing. That's nonsense. And if they only funded half of it, they would get the same complaints. Well, look, the Republicans are only giving half of the benefits away. It's utter nonsense. All of it is a political game. You're being used as a pawn. Stop believing all of these lies that are being fed to you. You have to, at some point, wake up, look, and do the research. Get out of your bubble. I admitted earlier that's part of my problem. I'm in a bubble, and it's mainly with people who agree with me. You are too. If you're on the other side of the aisle, the problem is you're in a bubble. We have to cross those lines. We have to start talking to each other. We have to examine the facts together and find the right way forward. Which way is correct? Open people's eyes up to alternative views and examine them according to an absolute standard of truth, and then see where it goes. But anyhow, I'm sitting here. I'm like, how much time do I have now? Anyway, I just want to encourage you, Artesia. Start talking to other people. Stop being emotional about it. I know that's hard, especially when you're facing crisis. When you're facing, look, my family's going to be hungry. I'm not going to have enough to feed them next month. That is a crisis, and that is worrisome. If you're right now, if you're in the position to help people out, help out who you can. And if you're in the position of needing help, don't be so prideful as to not ask for it. But stop trying to find someone to blame. The situation is what the situation is right now. And until we all stop lying and we start looking at the facts and we start looking for a way to solve the problems, and I think, probably the first step for all of us is to start local. Look around you. Do you see people in need? Do you see people? Do you see a way to help people out? Then get out there and go do it. And we'll encourage that. So, all right, Artesia, thanks for tuning in today, and we'll be back next week. I appreciate all of you listening. God bless and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Is your old car really scary? Does it look dreadful or smell awful? Don't be afraid. Roswell Ford will take in any trade. Roswell Ford needs your trade, so now is the perfect time to upgrade from your old vehicle and drive home a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. You'll be shocked at how much we'll pay for your old car, truck, or SUV toward the purchase of a new Ford. And don't be frightened by how much you owe on your old car. Roswell Ford will take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, so you can upgrade to a new Ford and get massive savings. 0% financing and make no payments till 2026. Worried your credit will make car buying scary? We've partnered with even more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
If you want to install a new roof, you can do it the cheap way or you can do it the right way. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and one of our customers recently found this out the hard way. He was going to hire us to re-roof his roof, but he found someone to do the job for $2,000 cheaper. Half a year later, this customer called us to re-inspect his brand new roof. Turns out this contractor was not a contractor at all. He had no license and no insurance. The roof was installed incorrectly and never had been passed by the city inspector. We had to re-roof his brand new roof, tear off the shingles and start from scratch. It was the most expensive $2,000 anyone has ever saved. If you need a roof installed the right way, you can trust who your neighbors trust. You can trust Trustmark Roofing for no obligation to the penny quote on your roof transformation. Call 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
I'm Karen Waldrop, and I've made Artesia my home for many years. I've raised my family here, I've worked here, and I've served the community as a pharmacist to keep our families healthy and strong. I'm running for re-election for the Artesia Special Hospital District Ward 5 position because I care deeply about the quality of care for our community. We deserve quality health care right here at home. I'll bring a pharmacist perspective, fiscal responsibility, and a commitment to keeping Artesia General focused. I'm Karen Waldrop, and I've made Artesia my home for many years. I've raised my family here, I've worked here, and I've served the community as a pharmacist to keep our families healthy and strong. I'm running for re-election for the Artesia Special Hospital District Ward 5 position because I care deeply about the quality of care for our community. We deserve quality health care right here at home. I'll bring a pharmacist perspective, fiscal responsibility, and a commitment to keeping Artesia General focused on patient care. I'm Karen Waldrop, and I'd be honored to earn your vote for the Artesia Special Hospital Board District